You guys had just finished beating most of those statues and then discovering that no, that wasn't a very good idea in the first place. That they were actually holding some sort of energy in them that would have caused the entire area to become obfuscated and not let you see the Medusa until she was right on top of you, which would then be kind of fatal. Uh, at which point, you guys decided to head back to the inn and, regroup. You ran into the other half of the group, the NPCs, basically, and discovered that while you guys were off dealing with the Medusa stuff, they had been off talking with the were rats and discovered information about the Pudding King. Um, and while they were discussing this, two of your members, plus one of the NPCs, Jim Jar, happened to be wandering around in the markets when there was a gelatinous cube attack. Uh, they managed to win. However, poor Sir Lancelot lost his lance. He is now Lanceless Lancelot. Or as he likes to call himself, Sir Lance is gone.
Or Lance of None.
Yes, F. Everybody press F. In any
My
case,
FP broken.
everybody came back to the inn and started discussing on the next plan of action. Uh, and it was decided after a bit that a group of you would head off to see about this Pudding King. And I believe that is where we left off. Athnar and Draco were kind of off on their own, probably not talking to each other, probably just drinking, or Draco's got Ignis, the little baby red dragon. Um, but at this point, they can come back to the table and see that the rest of the party is discussing something majorly.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh,
We're
hi.
gonna have we're gonna have pudding.
Oh,
Wait, what? I thought we were
sounds nice.
confused.
No, the Holly speaks up. We're going to be fighting Pudding. Well, the supposed Pudding King, anyway.
Oh, should we bring him desserts? Like, I think
Holly
he
just
could.
kind of smiles at you. No, 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 no. He's supposed to be some kind of bad guy, according to the were rats, apparently, and somehow he has some kind of control concerning the various oozes and puddings in some tunnels. And you guys were given kind of directions for that via the NPCs.
Oh, okay. Um, sure. What are we gonna like slay him, or are we gonna like have a talk? And peacefully, aggressive, like
He needs to die.
okay.
I think what do they call it? Aggressive negotiation.
I'd say no negotiation.
I like Kurt's plan better.
Okay.
Besides, I feel kind of confident in my knowledge about oozes at the moment.
Uh,
Our is the Pudding King? I'm guessing since he is the king. I'm guessing he is sentient.
Let's see. At this point, Megan, who is drinking something, looks over and says, "Well, from what we understand from the were rats that we were talking to, he is actually some kind of deep gnome himself."
So that means he can be reasoned with.
I hear he's insane. It'd be easier to reason with, well, she thinks for a moment and looks over towards Athnar. Easier to reason with one of his kind.
Well, I believe we should try diplomacy first.
I take offense to that, Megan. We are very reasonable people
You,
when we're in the mood for it.
yeah,
No.
you have been killing my people for 2 centuries
I
now.
I haven't done anything.
I said your people,
I've-
not necessarily you.
Don't lump me in with those greedy, dark, sharp-toothed maniacs. I'm my own man, okay?
So you say.
I just...
Well, you
I
haven't put me in a cell.
see, I have been relatively neutral towards him.
So you got some plus points there, but you're still in the negatives.
He has been on our team and has been helping us since I've been here. He seems rather okay to me.
I take it.
Tiny's still an elf.
Megan kind of looks over towards Draco. I take it you've never been to war with one of them.
Them, or what of them? He's still a living being.
She shakes her head.
See, he's human. We've been traveling for some while. We even traveled with the both of us. I could have easily slit his trophy if I wanted to, but I didn't. It's because I'm nice.
Jim Jar, who's also been overhearing this, starts giggling insanely over his drink and just starts shaking his head. It's like, oh, this is so funny. I should put bets on this. What if any of them are coming back?
So, where is this Pudding King exactly? Is he in the tunnels?
Yes.
I kind of grin. It's like, what kind of pudding is he?
At this point, Holly face palms.
I think.
I think it's royal milk.
Cherry.
Didn't we just say he was a rat folk? I think he's a rat folk who controls like slimy buds.
He is a deep gnome,
Same thing.
not a weird, not a rat.
Potato, potato.
Jim Jar looks over towards Athnar. See, he's hardly enduring himself to anybody here. He's very rude and crude. He's insulting everybody. And then Jim Jar kind of looks past him towards Draco. And yet you put up with him.
He hasn't insulted me.
Not a reason to not to like somebody. They're insulting everybody else.
I look surprised at that comment. I look surprised that Draco's comment. Like, what?
What do you mean I haven't been?
I haven't tried hard enough, apparently.
I guess it's just been going over his head.
No. I'm just, I'm not harmed by meaningless words.
See, I'm just joking with y'all. So let's go find this Pudding King.
I look to.
I like slowly take out my mace and I put it on the table. See, if he were to try anything physical, that would be different. I would turn him into elf pudding myself. And I give him like sharp eyes.
Ooh, I'm scared.
Can we not? Aminette will just say from the bar.
Yeah, let's go
Why
get some
not?
dessert, guys. Come, let's go get some dessert from the king.
Kurt is going to look to Aminette. So, you seem to know about these things better than any of us. What is the Pudding King exactly?
He's dessert.
Shoots
Holly is
eyes
face
over at
palming again.
Draco.
Let's just go, shall we?
Megan just kind of.
It's
go ahead.
nighttime still. We haven't had a rest yet.
Jim Jar chuckles. It's always the same time down here. It doesn't really matter.
Yes, I know. But
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking.
we haven't slept yet.
Day. Didn't we only go to sleep a couple hours ago, or just wake up? I can't remember.
No, we have not slept yet.
Megan
I
kind of
don't
looks again at Aminette and says, "Yeah, it's only been a couple of hours. It's lunchtime."
Anyway, Kurt, I don't. I don't know what this Pudding King looks like. All I know is he has connections to a higher demon lord known as Jubilix. Nah.
Okay.
My eyes. Would I know Jubilex?
Roll a religion check.
Ah, yes, Jubilee.
Yes, likes the color
some-
yellow and fireworks.
For some reason, you don't know anything about this. You hear
Ah.
Demon Lord, but beyond that, yeah.
Neither do I.
Why not?
Really, I've never heard of
Nope.
this Demon Lord in my studies.
Do you, Rick? Do you?
I know.
Yeah, we're all looking like question marks looking at the amulet.
She just kind of sighs.
I give it a little.
He's the demon lord of oozes and puddings. You said that you lost a couple of your party members to those type earlier, I think?
More like he lost himself in them.
Jimjar laughs. Yeah, one of them just kind of went out and stepped in front of the stupid cleric and fell right down. And then I heard that the stupid cleric decided to try another trap and just stepped on it and fell right down. I wasn't there when it happened, but I know Char was.
Interesting. But
I feel a pain in my soul. Like
Let's.
other than that, I don't know much, Kurt. I just know that he needs to die.
Yeah.
Anything
Uh,
connected with the abyss needs to.
How about we get some nice dinner and then go out for desserts?
Megan kind of just shakes her head again. Again, it's lunchtime, she mutters.
Some lunch and then get out for dessert.
There you go. And then she kind of mutters something over towards the vault, and he laughs.
Your normal time, as I put air quotes in the air.
Question to the DM. You let us regain everything when we leveled, correct?
Yep.
Okay, that's why. Okay. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
everybody should be level 6, correct?
Yep. Everybody's
Yep.
level 6 now.
Woo!
Does the cleric gain more spells when he levels up, or
Find out
No,
when you do character mancer. It should show you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you did the character mancer, it should have just automatically been there at the end.
okay?
That's what
More
character
like
mancer's good for.
I think it's mostly just more spell slots, and then of course
You get
You're a cleric, so it doesn't matter how many spells you get because you can prepare a certain amount. What's your wisdom modifier?
an extra third level spell slot, and then you get a second channel divinity, and you get a feature for your domain.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you might get something as a
you
war
get some
cleric, actually.
specific channel divinity.
Mhm.
Yeah, but character mancer should have taken care of all of that.
Yeah, character mancer. It should all be in there.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
well,
you got War God's Blessing, actually. That's actually really good for a war.
Is that the plus 10 one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
That's what we got. Yeah, I got
nice.
Destroy Undead and War God's Blessing. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's real nice, actually.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah!
I like War God's Blessing. It's a little
Pike!
ridiculous.
I'm a pike!
Monster.
I'm a monster!
All right. Well,
Oh, you're cute.
While everybody was eating, I asked if there was some kind of weaponsmith nearby.
they don't have much. It's a shit market.
I mean, I have some things. I'll see if they can fashion into a whip.
A whip.
A whip.
A whip.
Yes, a whip. You know the things that you whip people with?
Yeah, I was in a prison camp earlier. I know what a whip is.
Yeah. Quite familiar.
It's been 65 days since Kurt and the NPCs escaped.
So, yes, I know what a whip is. You think that will be useful?
Yes.
Well, they could probably fix the whip. If you want to head there first, absolutely.
Um,
Uh,
I would like to head there and see if we can take these roper tentacles and
I'll bring him to the shop I
What
took
what tentacles?
Lancelot.
roper tentacles.
Ah.
Remember I salvaged some? From
Yeah, I
the
remembered.
roper-
I was just trying. I couldn't hear what you said. Is the thing. That's why I was asking you what you were
Oh,
saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have 2 of those as well. I probably should have cooked those up.
Yes,
hmm.
let's head
Anyway.
over to Weaponsmith to see if he can't do something with these whips. Hey, DM.
Yep.
Did you think about that chain whip I sent you idea?
I've been very busy,
Oh. Well, anyway,
and also again, this is that's the sort of thing that I wasn't really paying attention to until something else, but because there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
understandable. All right, so what I want to do is that I want to make a whip out of roper tentacles, and then I want to douse it with water. I'm going to bless the water in my water, and then douse it on the whip, and bless the whip.
Okay, that still only lasts. That doesn't really do much to bless a whip. Doesn't actually have the effect that you would want.
Aww.
Because the extra damage, the radiant damage will only last like 1 round. Whenever you do that, and you can't actually get the blessing effect from that with just by doing that.
Well, is there a way I can have it permanently blessed?
You would need to find somebody who can do that.
I'm guessing there's not really that many people who can.
Yeah, definitely not here.
Ah.
Oh.
It's also
We'll be in the
has
service.
to do with certain like places. For example, a high temple would be able to do something like that, depending on if like you were caring about which god blessed it. If you need a specific blessing by your god, then you really need to find like a holy cathedral of whichever your god is.
Muhammad.
Bahamut Baylor.
I think Paler was the last one, and this one's Bahamut.
Ah, yes. Bonamet.
Yes.
Mana mana.
Bonamet. I'm sorry. I just love mispronouncing names.
Think about it, and I say kind of out loud, but softly. I wonder if he can make something out of these roper tentacles.
Would probably take time to make it leather.
Let's go check it out while everybody's resting.
Alright, I'll bring you there.
Alright, well, some people are eating. Aminet seems to be slipping off somewhere. You can always roll stealth if you don't want anybody to know where you're going. And you guys are over in
Good luck with that.
the grotto.
I keep my hand on my mace, just in case I need to put someone into place.
It looks like the area has been cleaned up since the gelatinous cubes attacked.
Check out the base, dude.
Wait, when did Char get 20 passive perception? What?
What's
When?
your normal
How?
perception?
Then Char would notice where Aminet went. If he wants to follow her. And anyway, you guys out in the grotto, like you pretty much just see a couple of stalls, people selling stuff. Kurt, you were here earlier, so you see that guy that you sold the gems to. You also see the other stall that was selling a couple of some various weapons. You don't see any craftsmen out here.
Alright, well, I guess the best bet is I will just probably bring him to the weapon seller and hopefully they could, I don't know, maybe point us in the direction of where they get their weapons.
I'm gonna go perform and make some money. If anyone would ever give a drow any money, but
Okay, I know I've wrote this down somewhere last week, and I didn't have my normal notepad with me. So where did I write down the information about what the weapon shop was selling? Because I know I put together a quick thing on that. It was something like
Yeah, I think you rolled for it.
Yeah, it was a couple yeah, maybe I just said that because I figured people wouldn't be coming back another session.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you weren't here at the time. So yeah, I guess I stupidly did not write it down. My bad.
I don't have
I thought I
What is
had.
it? What's the information you need?
Oh, wait, let me see if it's actually in this little notebook. Hold on, there's one other notebook here. This one does have a lot of information.
Could always pull up the video too.
No, I can't do that while I'm in the middle of streaming.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now that's all that information. Nope. None of that's with that. Alright. Let's see what it shows for last week. No, but it's all done by the, by that stuff. Okay. So at this point, the weapon seller's actually in the middle of packing everything up and putting stuff away. I mean, they had a very good day after all the stuff they were selling. Sold to you guys, sold a couple of the NPCs. It's been a lot of business. And the weapon seller just kind of looks over at you guys and says, we're closing down here. Something you guys need?
Yes. I was wondering if you carried any whip.
Let's see. Do I have any more whips? Wait, I think I... He kind of like looks into what he was packing up. 1 second, player's handbook. I can't even... Yeah, I think actually this was Actually, maybe... Wasn't it a woman last week? I can't remember. It's a... Because the deep gnomes, you can't easily tell the difference between them since the men tend to not have hair.
I think the woman was in the food stall
Yeah.
that I went to.
Yeah, I know it's a woman there. Because, you know, a lot of the deep gnomes are split gender-wise depending on job. But people that the people that are selling the weapons and armor selling at the stalls all seem to be mixed.
Hmm.
Kind of looks around at his stuff. Do I have a whip? Nope, sorry. That's a bit out of my league.
Okay, well, how about a longsword? I will trade you this warhammer.
I think that big bugbear bought all of them.
What?
Yeah, he bought 3 longswords.
Oh, God. Bless it, Bahamut. Kirk.
Oh, that's right. He's got all the simple weapons. Plus, he had like long swords and actually, didn't he have whips? Well, if he did have whips, they're sold out now.
Huh. Okay, well, how about this? Can you make a whip out of roper?
I can't make anything. I just sell.
Where do you get your weapons from then? Maybe you could point us in the direction of a...
Oh, they don't sell anything. They just make stuff for the town.
Okay, well, where is he?
Let's see. Where is that from here? And kind of looks over at Kurt and says, didn't I send you that the other day? Was that earlier today? Didn't I send you there? The big guy wanted something?
No.
Oh, I could have sworn I did.
I,
Maybe I'm imagining things.
Yeah, as a player, I think that didn't happen because we didn't go there.
Yeah, and as a GM, I'm going, maybe I was just picturing the conversation in my head, and I was like, I plot things out in my head, to try to better respond, to give a more informed response, and...
Yeah, because Lancelot didn't have anywhere to get all of his swords into one.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here looking, I don't think that there's... I keep looking at the stupid book. This is why I sometimes hate working from modules, because like they'll have stuff, and and it's never in the area you want in terms of finding the information. It's like, well, look, I think that they're. Here we go. Yeah, you probably just want to go over to the caves of clutter. It looks over at Kurt again. It's like, oh yeah, my mistake. There was this other dwarf here the other day. They wanted to take a look at the weaponsmith, but I'm not sure that they could do anything with whips.
Well, the only way we can find out is to try.
All right,
Thank you, dear sir.
take care now.
I give him a little bow and I walk away. Kind of like elegantly fluttering my cape, my well, I can't even remember what it was called. My hood's cape, I guess. And I'm walking to the weaponsmith.
Well, there's no specific weaponsmith. It's called the Caves of Clatter. So you head south, past a few things. You actually end up passing by the same area you went through before to where that gate is that took you over to where the Medusa area was. You still see
Yeah.
the same guards. They kind of look at you, and their leader kind of waves you guys over.
I shrug and walk over.
So
May I help you?
you find any information about that Medusa?
Uh, well, we found out that where it is.
Kind of sighs. Are you going to tell me or what?
Well, we sort of ran out of there because we were badly injured.
Where is she? He kind of says this slowly as if you don't understand what he's saying.
I kind of give him a look. Could I tell him like exactly where it is, or?
Roll an intelligence check.
Meh.
Yeah, you start giving him directions, and he kind of sighs and goes. This kind of responds saying, "Yeah, but there's not that, and that there in the caves. What caves are you talking about? Because apparently you're giving him the wrong directions, and it's like talking about a completely different area than what's back there."
Me being the ranger of the group, knowing and I can't get lost down here,
Yes.
could I
Do you
give him
wish
the
to tell? Did
information?
you wish to tell him the information?
Like after hearing the wrong information and just hearing him be confused about it, I just need to let it out. Like, no, he means that way, up that, through that.
I kind of put my arm.
Ah.
I got it.
No, you don't.
And they continue to give the wrong information.
The guy's looking exasperated over at Draco, and that kind of looks at Kurt. Says, "Well,
Listen, he's not used to being down here. He got lost without me.
can't tell one stone from another. Got it."
Yep.
Hey.
Well, it's true. Just live with that. It's just one weakness.
Boy, I've lived in a monastery my whole life.
Well.
So that means that she's out by the crystal garden. All right, we can deal with that. And he pulls out 50 gold and hands it over to Kurt.
Nope. Hold on. Pockets it.
I just sigh and put my hood on.
All right, so you end up going south from that area, where you see a whole bunch of gnomes, all male, working on various tables. There's a forge over to one side where they're turning some metal, and some, just various people bustling through, carrying various types of materials. You see mostly just things made out of various kinds of metal. You don't see anything made out of leather or wood down here. It's all some kind of metal, from picks to daggers to ring mail and scale mail.
I kind of put up my hand and speak very loudly. Excuse me.
You get some people stopping, and one kind of gruff, older-looking deep gnome kind of glares at you.
Could
Get
I-
out of here, human! You're disrupting our work.
I just want to know who was in charge. I have a request for a special weapon.
Well, we're kind of busy right now, and you come walking in here and demanding our attention is not gonna win you any favors. Go and get out.
Well,
Could I just ask something here? I'm sorry for interrupting, but are the deep gnomes here speaking common?
Uh, most of the deep gnomes around here are just speaking Undercommon. This guy, on the other hand, is speaking Common.
Right. I'm just gonna point it out so that I am translating if needed.
Okay.
I walk up to the old gruff dwarf. I says, "Sir,
Gnome.
gnome, sorry." I walk up to the older gnome. I says, "Sir, please, I apologize for my rudeness, but I knew no other way to get your attention."
Well, this is not a shop. This is a place of work.
Oh, I understand that, sir, and I have some work that I wish to request of you.
Well, like I said, you've already annoyed the people by disrupting their workflow. We're in the middle of some very busy business, and we can't be having some big people like you walking through here and disrupting us.
Well, I take out the red gems that Kurt or whoever gave them to me. I show them to him. Will this soothe your annoyance? long
Roll a
enough?
persuasion check.
Yeah.
Kind of bites the inside of his lip a bit and holds a hand out.
I give him all the red gems.
He takes and pockets them. Alright, let me know what kind of work you want done.
Thank you very much, sir.
And he kind of walks you over back towards the entrance and just says, "Be quiet. We are very busy here."
Yes, of course. I was hoping that I take out the roper tentacles and the Varrock feathers, the 6 Varrock feathers, and I hold them out. There's 50 feet of roper tentacles. And I was wondering if you could make a whip out of these for me, and maybe attach a mate or a solid weight at the end of it for smashing at long ranges.
Some kind of large ball.
Yes, like a flail or maybe a mace. Morningstar.
Well, you can't use a full one of those. You just want the top end of that.
Yes, of course.
Let's see here. What kind of work would that take? And he starts pulling at his beard.
And also, I will trade you this warhammer if you would make me a longsword.
Well, might be able to help you out with a long sword for the warhammer.
Thank you very much.
Hold on, I'm looking for the page right now on crafting. One of my cats decided to chewing out the little tabs I put in this book.
Yeah, my cat, he tried to open up a piece of my mail that had tape on it. You know, for- yeah.
Oh, that's a funny one, Kurt. Yeah, you hear them muttering various things, and you can use your imagination on what to say back.
I will do so.
Actually, at
I
that
hearing
page.
the curses, I kind of like clear my throat and try to concentrate on the business at hand.
Yeah, like I said, I'm working on finding the page because I know there's a page somewhere that talks about building stuff. So I'm just checking on something here.
Are you looking at the player handbook or something that
I'm
probably
checking
don't
through
have?
stuff. I've got various bits and pieces, and I know I'd seen it somewhere. I'm just trying to remember where I saw it.
Excuse me.
The gnome kind of takes over the rubber tentacles and frowns a bit and says, "This hasn't even been cured. There's even some a bit of rot going on in there. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Let's see. Well, the curing process I'll take. Let's see, how long does that take? Yeah, that'll probably take to get it right to make it quality enough to make it a rope. Will probably take at least 10 days."
Hmm. Well, that's fine. We have business to attend to here anyway.
All right. I don't know how long it's going to take after that. We'll have to see what we have left to work with after it's been cured.
Well, about the longsword though, that wouldn't take too long.
Oh
would
yeah,
it?
just give us we've already got long swords. We can trade you out for what you got for that long sword. No problem.
Fair enough. I unsheath the warhammer and I give it to him.
Thank you kindly.
Hmm. Would you happen to have any +1 swords? Maybe, as I get kind of hopeful.
No, we don't have any of those. Sorry. The standard
Uh,
fare.
Fair enough. And I wait for the longsword, looking at Kurt.
Yeah, most of the deep dam seem to have gotten back to their work as the foreman kind of goes back and grabs up a long sword, deposits the weapon that he was given and brings it back towards towards Draco.
I smile and take it and say, "Thank you kindly, sir."
All right, now if you don't mind stopping disrupting the work we're doing in here.
Please, I apologize again for just.
All right.
May Bahamut bless your work and your safety. And I give him a little bow and give him a wave.
Kind of nods slightly and watches as you guys leave.
I kind of like lean into Kurt and like I probably just got ripped off there, but
Oh yeah, you did. They're laughing behind your back right now.
How many of those gems did you have?
Like 3, 4.
You have to check your inventory. You tell me the exact number of gems you had.
I remember already.
I don't think I gave you 3 or 4 because I think I gave like 1 each to those people who wanted it, and then I kept the rest.
Yeah, I have one.
Okay,
Yeah, so
Still, even with the one, that was
right as we walk away, like as we leave the area, start getting back towards the inn where everyone else is. I'm just gonna go and tell them. Well, I mean, that was a trade. I mean, the gem itself was worth like 250 gold. That longsword is probably worth like what, 15?
Probably not even that. Probably.
Nah.
Meanwhile,
So,
so go ahead. You get something to
No.
finish?
I'm just looking at him like, good trade, man. Good trade.
Bahamut will bless me in the future as I give my my holy symbol a little squeeze.
Alright. Meanwhile. Hello.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah, I was whispering. I was just being funny.
I just wanted to double check. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
you
I'm
have
fine.
found yourself a nice and quiet spot away from your companions and are gone into a nice little trance. What do you focus on?
I focus on the Pudding King in particular, but she's got a specific question she wants to ask Quar as well.
Alright.
My lady, I have a concern. This block, this guidance that you've given me, does it block her entirely, or is there still a connection?
You feel a slight chill, but not an unpleasant one, if you get me. Kind of rise up through your body. You felt this before with Quer, being the goddess of death and all. Um, you just kind of feel her presence connect with your mind. And you kind of feel that it's more like the impression of a guiding arm, where like you'd see yourself as a small child, and there's somebody ranting and shouting in one area, and someone comes over and gently tries to guide you away, as you could still sort of hear the person yelling, but your focus and attention is being pulled and tugged to follow the person who's trying to help you. It doesn't mean that you're completely cut off from the other. It just means that it's easier to focus away from the other now, instead of being shouted at.
Okay. She just, I imagine she's just kind of has her eyes closed, and she's like in a dark corner somewhere. She just kind of nods knowingly. My fear is that she may see what I see, but do you suggest that this Pudding King die?
And there's a pause for a moment, and then the the cold intensifies. Yes.
Do you have any knowledge to aid me to make it easier?
Let's see. Seems once again quiet, and as you're waiting for a moment, you just start seeing several images. You see like bits and pieces of various puddings and oozes and jellies, but you also see two larger images, along with a quick image of a of a deep gnome who looks like he's insane, but you also see the image of a black pudding and a gray ooze. Both seem to have. You see the Pudding King with a crown on his head, although you kind of get this impression that maybe it's not a real crown. And the same goes for the black pudding and a gray ooze. You see them also with images of crowns for a moment, and then they kind of drip away. But you kind of see these dark tunnels, and you can see along the walls are all sorts of like puddings and oozes and cubes. And then you also hear this strange whispering from somewhere, and you feel a cold but welcoming hand on your shoulder, and a whispering says, "Be careful."
Is the whisper that's saying "be careful" different from the whispers that I'm hearing in the tunnel?
It's different from the whispers. Not the whispers aren't in the tunnel. The whispers seem to be somewhere else.
Or
It's like,
all around?
yeah, the whispers seem to be somewhere else, as if it is, and it is as if it isn't exactly connected to the Pudding King, but is also a potential danger in regards to the Pudding King.
Can she try to? This might be dumb, but can she try to like just focus her, I guess, her senses into her hearing and try to pick up any details about the whispers?
Alright, roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. Is this Fey Fiend or undead? Related?
That's a good question. Give me a second.
Because I would call Hunter's Bane, that would give me advantage.
Because I think it is, but I'm not entirely sure. Give me a second.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time.
Because I know some of these offhand, other ones I don't know.
There's so much information, yo. It's all good.
No, that's one of the things I love when I'm listening to other D&D casts, but I'm not looking at them. But I can hear the description being said of the monster. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I knew what that is.
Yeah, I know
Sometimes
that.
it's like the players don't, or at least the characters don't. Do you say Fey, Fiend, or Undead?
Yeah.
And those are the only three?
Yeah.
Alright. Then no, this is not one of those.
Okay, cool. So just a regular check. Okay. Not bad. 18.
Oh. So, you hear it, and it just sounds to you like a bunch of incoherent babbling. And it starts chilling you, but in a bad way, to your core. As if listening, as if you actually, if you were to actually listen to this, you might lose your mind.
Okay. After seeing that image, is there anything else you would like to show me? If that is all, then let you be.
The bad type of cold leaves you only for the more soothing version of it. The presence of the of Quare herself, and it seems like she doesn't have anything more. It's like more like she's trying to comfort and remind you that if the worst were to befall you, then she would still be there to look after you.
I will not let anything live on this plane that does not belong from the abyss. I will hold that oath to you. May I reap in your name.
And that is all for that.
Like a 7-foot tall motherfucker being imprisoned still.
Oh, they're back.
Yeah, but they're ambusher, so.
Draco
Oh, he's 8 foot, never
and Kurt finally come back in. Draco now has a sword.
Cool.
Did I make any money trying to entertain the people on the streets, or were they too afraid of me to give me money?
When were you doing this?
I said while they were going out that I was gonna do some street performance.
I wasn't able to hear you because I was in whispers with
Oh, before that, like before they went to the
I
Smiths.
must not have heard you. But
It's fine. I got 12 gold. I'm good. Nowhere to spend it anyway.
well, there aren't a lot of people out there, but roll a performance check anyway. That means Draco and Kurt just walked past you on the way back in. Ah.
Yeah, we didn't talk to you.
Wow.
Give me money!
Well,
We ignored you.
only a handful of people actually come by because there's not that many people in this town. You do make 8 gold.
8?
Yep. That's
Not
a lot
bad.
considering you only had 12 before.
Yeah, I can start betting with Jim Jar now.
Jim Jar is happy about that.
Oh god. Take my money.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What are the rest of you doing now that Kurt and Draco have returned and Athnar is finishing up his performance?
Amunet will come back in the bar. And she'll go sit up at the counter.
So, what was that about?
Amunet looks at Char. I had to go talk to somebody. And she taps her crossbow.
Useful?
Actually, yes. A little bit of guidance. The main concerning thing is a whisper of sorts connected directly with the Pudding King. I tried to listen in closely, and I could make out nothing but insanity. And insanity is what it causes. moving forward in the tunnels. Be good not to listen to it. It may drive you mad.
Good information. Good tip. Thank you. Well,
You're
let's
welcome.
make sure we follow up that so we don't go insane.
I'm good at ignoring things.
Aminette looks up at Sir Lancelot and nods.
That's good.
There was other image that popped into my mind. A specific black pudding of sorts and a gray ooze, as well as this deep gnome pudding king, all wearing what seemed to be crowns, but fake crowns, if that makes sense. Not something that seemed precious or...
So made of
intoxicating.
common material.
Correct.
Paper.
Annette smiles and nods. You could have been paper.
Guess we'll find out, won't we?
Yes. Saw in the tunnels many oozes, jellies, and things. So I know we just should be careful moving forward. But these entities need to die.
Indeed. Are we all ready to go?
I have one question.
Go for it.
What does diplomacy mean?
Talking.
It's not worth our time.
Okay.
Apparently not.
Does anyone have charcoal?
Annette
No.
cocks her head to the side.
Or ink
Why?
to write?
Oh.
Are you gonna write diplomacy on your sword?
No.
That would be so much funny.
My halberd.
Let's
Any-
just go.
Anything named diplomacy is awesome.
Just go meet the dessert king. I'm hungry.
I have a question. And
Mhm.
I guess it's for the DM, out of character. So Aminette has alchemist supplies, and she makes notes for things she tests. Would she have a pen or a quill or something?
I think she
I don't
would
know.
if she takes notes and she has alchemy supplies. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
If
because
she has a
she
pen or a
does studies on the mushrooms and the fungus and stuff. So,
Yeah.
she'll pull out a journal that she has, and she'll tear out a little piece of paper and a small, shitty quill and a bottle of ink and give it to Lancelot. It's not much, but here you go.
Thank you.
Isn't Eminette essentially his best friend?
I think it's the only person that's been with him the longest.
Exactly. And he met her down here.
Mm-hmm. And didn't ask questions, which is great.
She's so strange. All people are tiny and strange.
Well, you're the one that got stuck in that mushroom, wasn't it?
Yes.
I found you and you were tits up.
I'm gonna wrap the parchment around the hilt of the thing and kind of secure it and write diplomacy on my halberd.
Are we ready then?
Let's go.
Alright. Let's go kill ourselves some slime. Puddings.
Yes.
All right. So, let's see here. These guys did not go with you, so they're off the board. You did have Grishdrop and Holly join you, deciding that they would be of most use. And Grishdrop, having been one of the ones that went there before, leads you to where the were-rats happen to be. And as she takes you guys there, they also have the secret tunnel that they know will eventually lead to the Pudding King ready for you. And I'm just trying to find it on my map. 1 second. Ah. That one. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, the secret tunnel is how they get into and out of their warrens. Never mind. It's also something that the Pudding King uses. But they know how to get to the Pudding King, is the point. So they basically take you from the warrens, which none of you guys had seen, take you past a foul-smelling refuse pit. Ugh. It just smells awful to all of you, except maybe Sir Lancelot and maybe Kurt. But you can kind of see the half-digested bodies of several deep gnomes in there. Definitely looks like, given you guys' experience at this point, like an ooze attack. So they take you past there, take you down some stairs and kind of like leave you there, saying, "This is as far as we're going. Good luck." And you find yourselves headed down into a cavern. It's kind of dark and quiet as all caverns are, except for the sound of slow dripping water. And you can kind of, just smell definitely signs of mold and rot back here. It's not quite as bad as the refuse pile, but still, it doesn't smell very good.
Should we move forward in the dark, or should we risk some light for those that cannot see?
Let's just put light. I don't think oozes have a difference.
No.
Mm.
I'll handle the light.
Okay. I also can provide light as well, if need be.
Alright.
I can also provide light if need be.
I can light a torch.
We're just so bright, what can I say?
So, as you start looking around with your torches and lights and whatnot, Sir Lancelot also has a torch. I'll keep that in mind. You notice that this area looks like it was once some kind of stockade. You can see various pieces of the stockade fashioned from what appears to be zirkwood and some other kind of heavy fungus. There's a lot of dissolved pieces of this wood, however. It looks like... Loyal, you still with us?
Yep.
Okay. Just double checking. I thought I heard snoring. It looks like this place, there was some sort of battle that fought here at some point ago and hadn't been rebuilt. And at some point after that, the puddings must have found it and started dissolving bits and pieces here. You can even see shards of bones littering the ground in places. You also notice that along the western wall are two large pools of water. And every once in a while, you guys see other things, just kind of moving and dripping. Occasionally, what appears to... I can't remember how to name that color. I hate that.
So good.
Yeah, the black puddings are the easy ones to pick out. Actually, in the darkness, they're hard to pick. They'd be hard to pick out. But there's something else that.
Talking about ochre?
Yeah, ochre. I can't. Sometimes I have a hard time pronouncing that, let alone explaining exactly the color.
It's spelled weird, yeah.
Yeah, kind of this yellowy color. You see the occasional moving ochre jelly moving around, and black puddings, which are just kind of sitting there. But you can tell that they're puddings, because it looks like this little shadow on the ground that suddenly moves somewhere else, and like because of the light, you can easily avoid those. And nearby, some of the some pools of water. You can also see one of the pools appears to have some kind of red-brown slime right in the middle of it, right in the middle of the cave, as you're kind of slowly making your way through. So far, none of them seem to either not noticed you or just simply not been interested in attacking any of you, considering you're not stealthed.
What was that last we saw? The slime. What color was it?
There was some kind of slime in the middle of the cave that's reddish brown. And along the edges of it, you see the occasional pool of water that appears to be moving slightly.
That slime, like from this distance, could I tell if that, like, is it a ooze or is it something that oozes leave behind somehow or something like that?
Residue, yeah.
A perception check first.
Aminette's
check
interested in this.
First. Alright, perception check first. Shit. Well, did better than someone.
Yeah,
What are you all trying to look
from
at?
your distance, you really can't see it. You don't really make out any details of it. It just looks like a patch of possibly mold, more slime, something in the middle of this cavern. You probably have to get up right upon it in order to tell anything more about it.
Yeah, if the other slimes in there are not really charging us, then I guess we just move. At least Kurt would move ahead.
Can Aminette take a sample of the zirkwood that you said was rotted
Alright.
and cut off a little piece?
Alright, sure. You have a small piece of zirkwood.
Like, yep.
So,
My dog in the middle.
looking around, you're in the you saw that part that one pool in the middle with the reddish brown. There appears to be so you guys came in from the west area where there's other pools of water. You walked around those. There appears to be ways back deeper. Oh, sorry, to the north. From this map, I guess it's one of these maps. It's tilted. So to the eastern area. Sorry, you guys came in from the south. Towards the eastern area, there's two paths. One's deep east, it's northeast. The other one is more in the southeast. And then there is a path almost directly to the south, but not the way you went. It's like you went to the south. You came in from the southwest, and this is to the southeast. There's another path to the east and another path to the northeast. There we go. And then there's two pools of water to the west. And there's a pool of something in the center of the cavern. There we go.
Which way?
Well, I'm intrigued by that reddy brown residue over there.
I know nothing.
Loyal, is it possible that you can mute yourself when you're not talking, please?
I think he's asleep.
Yeah.
But also jump.
Muting. Yeah, somebody let me know when he comes back. Alright, so what would you guys like to do?
Well, Kurt is moving up, kind of slowly, cautiously, towards the middle of the room.
Alright, towards that red brown slime in the middle. Alright?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna just have a look at the slime from where I am. Like, just
Same.
maybe like 5 feet behind Kurt and
Oh,
just have a close look. Try and look at it past him, just to see if I can spot anything.
Shall probably be
Roll
more
a perception check.
I'll throw my bow.
Yeah. Out as well.
Jesus.
Wow! We are doing well, people!
Wow, wow,
So
wow.
Oh god. So
I have a +10 for crying out loud.
Oh,
any
wow.
net and even with an 11, even if we're not counting in that one, instant fails here, you still can't tell anything more from this distance.
That is depressing.
Kurt, like, and then you're almost right on top of it. It's like right there in front of you. It definitely seems like it's kind of deep in. You're almost stepping on what appears to be a moving pile of water nearby, and this thing seems to be, deeper into the ground.
Aminette, looks over at Kurt. Do you want me to poke it?
Now that I'm right next to it, can I tell more about it with?
Roll the nature check.
Cool, because if this is about oozes, I'll have advantage on wisdom checks
Oh,
regarding them. Wisdom and
Aminette
intelligence checks.
just starts to slowly back away and put a hand on Kurt and just grab a hold of I guess the scruff of his the neck of his shirt and then just pull him back slowly.
What?
Kurt, you're leading down to poke at it. Is that what you said?
No.
Okay, you're just leading down to look at it?
Yeah, when did I say that I was...
asked. No, Aminette asked. That wasn't Kurt.
Yeah,
Okay.
what? No. I was just looking over
And
it
as
now
you're
that I
looking
was
over it
close.
and realizing that there's something wrong here. It's a lot more leathery than an ooze. It's definitely not an ooze, and it's not really a mold either. It's something else. And Aminette is now trying to tug you backward.
I think we should back away.
Backing away already.
Right.
I have a cold chill everywhere.
Bark, 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 bark.
You can't do that.
Turns! Where are you? Yeah. Turns and glares at Athnar.
I'm gonna look at the... I'm not... Should I toss him in it?
Possibly.
I'm just gonna,
The
take out
thing
my
in front of
warhammer.
you, the thing in front of you undulates suddenly.
I'll take out my warhammer. Warhammer and shield.
Aminette backs away.
And just backs away slowly.
Yeah.
What is it?
I can't tell. Well, okay, so hold on. Is my Hunter's Bane coming into?
No, it's not. Your Hunter's Bane is not coming into play.
Okay. I don't know. I feel cold. I think my goddess is telling me something.
Kurt,
got a bed roll.
as you watch, one of the pools of what looks like water that seems to be moving suddenly vanishes, seemingly sucked in by whatever it is that's in the middle here.
Oh, wait, the water gets sucked in.
The watery but otherwise moving substance, aka possibly an ooze, just got sucked in by whatever that is in the middle of the room.
Is this a aberration that I'm looking at, perhaps?
If it is, do you have any special skills that let you deal
Well,
with
same as
aberrations?
if it was an ooze, basically.
So aberrations also count as a favorite enemy.
Yes.
Then yes, it is a favorite enemy.
So if I just shift my mind going, this is not something to do with oozes, this is aberration, and I want to figure out what type of aberration it is.
Let's see, that's what? History, nature, survival, arcana? Aberrations would be arcana, wouldn't they?
I suppose they would, yeah. I have
Arcana check.
advantage. I have
Yes,
plus
you do.
0, but it's an
You still have
advantage.
advantage, so that means you get to roll twice. Yes!
Aminette's proficient in that. Could I try to?
Ooh, are we getting it in text?
Yes.
Yee!
Well,
I'm
that
only
means
proficient in one intelligence thing, and that is history, and that is purely because of the night.
Because he likes to read the books.
well, this means that none of you guys will know what this is before we start the fight.
Cool.
A what?
Ah, hold on 1 second.
Abinant glares over at Athenar
I,
again.
Alright.
I'm writing this out to Emunet 1 second. I just misspelled her name when I was. All I'm doing is just like recopying the text. There we go.
Would you be okay if I just went into Google and checked for a picture of this?
Afanari has the biggest, goofiest grin. I don't know. The leathery skin makes me think.
It's fine.
Okay, I just did a quick Google search. And with that in mind, I'm going to take another 5 seats back.
I love how Kurt. If Kurt's backing up, it's a bad sign.
Well, alright. You know how I like to eat a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
I think this thing eats more than I do.
Aminet's eyes go wide.
My dancing lights change into a chicken.
Chicken
Right.
bites.
I'm gonna back off and turn and look at see the chicken, and I'm gonna grab you.
Athletics check.
Oh no.
Oh,
Holly moves over and kind of puts a hand on Kurt's shoulder. Sir Dwarf, please, don't.
Well, I
Aminet's
thought if
gonna-
we fed it.
Activate both their bows.
Alright, well. Right, well, should we deal with this or should we move around it?
What is it?
It's called a gibbering mouth. It's like a big mass of a leathery substance full of mouths.
He says that there is a small pop noise coming from the weird pool, and for just a moment you see a mouth open and close, full of teeth. And when it closes, it just kind of closes seamlessly once more, making itself look innocuous. You know, I can't say that. I can't pronounce that. Innocuous? There we go.
Hmm. Like, if you don't want to have this thing behind you, I don't blame you. If you don't want to fight it, I don't blame you.
I mean, it's a bunch of whatever it is. I'm
Yeah,
not.
go ahead and poke it. Do it.
Okay. I'll aim my bow at it and I'll poke it.
Alright.
I'll poke it real good. Is that sneak attack? Does it see the attack coming? Because I might even have advantage.
No, it does not.
That's advantage. Let's do psychic blades. Let's do sharpshooter. You know, all the.
heard it real good.
Well, 14 is not that good.
And it happens to hit into another pool of something else. And that causes
Nice
the
shot.
pool to vibrate.
Haha!
And it doesn't seem to do much damage. You just cause the thing to wake up. Meanwhile, it causes enough tremors next to the gibbering mouther. The gibbering mouther opens an eye in the middle of itself.
It's pretty cute.
All right.
Say
Let's
it.
see. Everybody roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wait, what is this? This is not a black pudding, right?
No. That's
Okay.
another pudding. That's another ooze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By the
worry.
way. Oh, here, good last through.
Blood failed the wisdom saving throw.
here we go with me and Kurt be failing these things always.
Not this time. Not this time.
Not today.
Not
Madness.
today.
Not today.
Only the bugbear this time. So.
Wait, do I have advantage?
Oh shit.
Ooh,
Oh, boy.
that's not good.
Who's that?
Adios, Grizz.
Alright. So one PC, one NPC just got hit with a special madness. Now everybody roll initiative, please.
Oh,
Why?
good. This is fine. Hey, I could start early. I'm sure this won't possibly go wrong.
I mean, I'll just cast Fairy Fire on them, then they're dead.
Everything is fine. I've used Gibbering Mouse before.
I don't like them.
I have not.
As a player, I know what happens.
Mm,
Fine.
So that's not
thought-
rolled.
Yep.
Alright.
I thought it would be bigger.
Roll a 1d8.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Oh.
please.
Oh, damn.
Random direction time.
Oh, moving.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Roll
that can be
another
bad.
1d8, Sir Lancelot. Alright. You are moving straight forward, and you can take no other action or reaction.
Oh
In
no!
fact, you're moving so much that the Gibbering Mouther gets to make an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh my god.
Only one attack though, right?
That misses.
Holly. She kind of clutches her holy symbol and says, Divine, be with us. Ah, Draco's back. I'll unmute him.
Hi.
Hello. Sorry, since you're not on push to talk, I have to mute you and he's going to be fall asleep. Unfortunately, you snore kind of loud, and I get disrupted easily by small noise, by any type of noise.
It's fine. I apologize for falling asleep. I'm like,
I know you have a problem with it, so don't worry about it. It's just that I happen to have ADHD that gets easily distracted, why I don't even have music on in streams, because it just distracts me. But let's see. She touches her holy symbol. She looks at all that, and will cast spiritual weapon at level 2 over by the there. Her spiritual weapon is in the shape of a sphere. Nice spear of light. She throws it up right next to the Gibbering Mouther and goes to poke it. Let's see if there's anything interesting on that in terms of immunities. Nope. Nothing else that needs to be required for that. So you see this spear, this spiritual weapon spear just of light just kind of appear next to the Gibbering Mouther and just stab into it. And you hear it seem to be like gibbering incoherently further as this thing just stabs. And she kind of looks around and says, looks toward, runs over towards Grisdrop and just kind of puts her hands up and says, please don't move any further towards it. Like after seeing where Sir Lancelot ran off to. Kurt.
Hunter's Mark on Gibbering Mound. That's one of my spell slots. Get it out there. And then I'll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, since we have lost our main. I'll do it. And I'll... It's hurt, right?
Yeah, it's been hurt.
Cool. Warhammer.
As soon as you step into that area, now that it's awake, you find that you that this area is difficult terrain for you.
Didn't I have anything? I don't think difficult terrain works for me in the Underdark. Or am I wrong?
It's doe-like. It's not Underdark. It's because of the Bring Mouther.
Well,
And
okay.
each creature that starts around within 10 feet of it must make a strength saving throw of 10, or it can't move.
Well, if I started up here, I don't think I could make it down here if it's all of that is. Because that would be 5, 10, 15, and then...
Yeah.
No, I could make it. I could
Yeah.
make it. I guess. Yeah. Well, okay, I'm gonna attack it. Was that a hit?
Hold on. Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, sorry, Colossus Slayer. 7 there. You can ignore that.
So that is 10 damage plus 3, so that's 13.
Yes, and then a second. With another 100
Did
spark
not
on
mean
it.
to close that.
Oh.
So that is altogether 25 damage.
I already
Nice.
calculated the first one, so only give me the. Never give me both of them together if I've already calculated.
Okay, so 13 and 12.
Yeah. There we go.
Nicely
With a
done.
non-magical,
Sorry, I'm
shitty Warhammer.
I'm just fixing something on this token because I realized that it really needs an aura to show where things are on that. Because it's a very special aura, like, within 10 feet, can't move, and within 20, is the insanity bit.
Cool.
Which now all of you are out of, but I kind of ruled that, because of things, it's better. Anyway, so yeah, Sir Lancelot and you would both have to roll for that, too. Char.
Don't really want to get near it, so in my stead, I'll use conjure animals to create a saber-toothed tiger right next to it, just down here.
Where is it again?
Down here,
Alright.
just on the opposite side of the curve.
Hey, Fluffy. Mittens has returned.
Huh?
Mittens. Oh, the times.
That's why I told you. You really should have started with the with the original, not the Alaris Cursor Shot, but the original Cursor Shot I have on my YouTube. The one
I
with.
don't know. I just hit play when I'm at work.
Next time, go to the original one, 'cause that one has Tobias and eventually has Fluffy and has Turtle Butter and everything, and some random people.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I will do that.
So,
I think that's actually the one where I originally heard about Critical Role. 'Cause, one of the people on there is also on the Critical Role fan site, but I haven't actually talked to him since that game ended. But anyway, so what would you like to do with that Saber-Tooth Tiger, or does it not come into effect until next turn?
that's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Because I know in 3.5 it used to be next turn, but I can't remember from this one.
It says that it has a same initiative.
Loyal, you there? Okay, back to mute land. Anyway, an initiative, and I will put it on the initiative board then.
Wait, wasn't it on the same initiative?
No, it specifically says in the conjure animals that roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group, which
Okay,
has a
yeah,
stone
that's it.
turn. They obey any verbal commands that you issue to them, which I'll just say to attack the
Oh, do you have anything else you can do,
Gibbering.
Char?
mountain. No. The only thing else that I would say is to give the command to attack the gibbering Malver.
Grisdrop is currently just standing there, doing nothing. She just kind of like, you know, has this look of shock in her eyes. Saber-tooth tiger starts off in there. Needs to roll a wisdom saving throw. I will roll a wisdom saving throw for it.
Holy crap!
Exceeded the wisdom saving throw. What attack would you like? Well, so bite or claw? And the gibbering Malver or the ooze?
Gibbering Malver. That's the first thing that needs to go down.
Alright. Wow, that thing's a lot of damage. Gibbering Malver completely cackles. Alright, so the Gibbering Mother reaches out and first bites Kurt, which misses,
Miss.
and then tosses a binding spittle over at Sir Lancelot. Dexterity saving throw, please, Sir Lancelot.
Oh, okay. Nope.
Blinding spittle. So you are now blind, in addition to being unable to go anywhere.
This is fine.
This is absolutely perfect. Just as we planned.
Mine eyes.
So you're just rolling a straight roll on that, right, Fluffy?
Oh, my dexterity save? I got plus 3 to it.
No. Oh, so it's not with advantage. Correct.
Yeah. Straight roll.
Never mind.
Yeah. And do we know if Draco's back yet? Or is he still
No,
asleep?
he's not.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll that his character somehow also developed a bit of the madness and is just standing there. Athnar!
Fairy fire.
Fairy fire, okay.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, I think I can hit them without hitting any of us.
They're between a couple characters.
Ah, I think I can hit them without hitting literally everyone around them.
Because you got Kurt there, you got the Saber-tooth Tiger there, you got Sir Lancelot there.
What if I cast it like this?
Then you're still hitting Kurt.
You're still getting cut.
I
don't
see.
I
I see how things are.
It is next to Kurt.
Unless you don't count Kurt as someone.
Kurt is out of
Then it works.
is out of the square, right?
What?
Right.
Sure. You can believe that all you want.
Wait, well,
So,
maybe it's roll 20.
throw
Let
up
me
the-
re.
So throw up the throw up the stats of the fairy fire, and we'll get this moving along.
I think he's replaying. I think he saw Kurt in a different position than he was.
Amina didn't get in turn order.
You're not. Oh, you need to roll initiative.
I did. I rolled an 8. I must not have had my token. I'll do it again.
Oh, roll 20 was delayed. Okay.
Yeah, reload your roll 20 then.
Okay,
Yeah.
1 second. Sorry.
I think Draco is typing. Loyal is back, I think.
Alright.
In that case, I'll cast. Look at my spells.
Actually, if that's the case, it is Draco's turn.
Oh, okay.
Draco snaps out of it before that, and after him will go Aminette, since she's technically an 8.
Yeah, I'll fix that.
I got it.
Oh,
I
okay.
apologize.
Like I said, you just put yourself on push to talk. That way I don't have to keep muting you.
Alright. Draco will see the mutant or whatever he is. And
It's an aberrant.
that's what?
Aberration.
Aberration. I will cast Toll the Dead.
Alright. saving
So
throw.
that's
No, it did not save.
so.
What are the two sides? Since it doesn't list them.
Well, the one to the left is if it isn't hurt, and one to the right if it is hurt, isn't it?
Yeah, the target. You point at one creature you can see within
Okay.
range. If the target is missing its hit points, it instead takes.
I mean, I know what it means. I just couldn't tell which was which.
Well, I was reading out for myself because I didn't know which one was
Okay.
which either.
Units.
Yeah.
She's going to take a step forward. And she's got both of her crossbows activated. One of them is fiery. She's got a new right. And she's going to, first, bonus action, she will hex the gibbering mouth.
Okay.
And then she will take 2 shots, one with each crossbow. So 1 lightning, 1 fire.
Okay.
If I can click the right.
Smack. And what are the two sides again?
Oh, I did a whip instead of. So this one
okay.
actually is both. This one is correct. So I accidentally hit the wrong one. Apologies. I attacked with my whip instead of my crossbow.
Okay. So what is your hex damage after the fire hand crossbow?
Yeah. Sorry. It's been a minute.
I want to see if this is dead before you do the lightning hand crossbow.
Okay, so that's the
it's not
first
dead.
one.
So both of those were needed to kill it. Basically, you pull out both your crossbows, you fire both your bolts at it, and both of them together cause the gibbering mouth to let out a one last final cry before it collapses into a pile, releasing all of the weird effects on the area around it, and the insanity on Lancelot and Grisdrop. Lancelot is still blinded, however.
She moved 5 feet, so she will move 20, 25. She will move right here. And that's her.
Alright. Athner.
I'm gonna just shoot an arrow at the last one. No sharpshooter or anything. I do get sneak attack if someone is next to it, right?
Yes. Alright. Your arrow goes ha 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 as as it sinks into the grey ooze.
Yeah, the more I think about it, Afna would be terrible at stealth missions.
Whoever said I was great at them.
And as the grey ooze's turn comes up, you see the grey ooze just kind of lift up out of the, it's a pool, but it lifts upward instead of spreading outward or moving anywhere else. It just wiggles back and forth for a second, and around you, shapes start moving in the caverns that were otherwise sedate and start following suit.
Woo boy.
Yay. It called his friends into.
A black pudding starts to ooze. Oops, wrong one.
Called their friends into the fight.
Grey ooze, grey ooze, grey ooze. Okra jelly.
Chris, that's quite enough. Please. We're good.
Could we have another black goose like right here?
No.
No.
Oh no.
How about right here? Right on top of
Yeah,
this
have that
spot.
directly there. That'd be nice. This is gonna be fun.
Why did you guys decide we needed to go fight Oozman?
Because I just got good at knowing about oozes.
Yeah, but fighting Oozman is like the most expensive. Because all our weapons are gonna be like broke.
9 won't be.
Unless it actually
Yeah.
breaks you. Sir Lancelot,
Yeah.
you're blind. You're no longer insane. You have no idea what the hell's going on around you.
What's going on?
You do hear a tiger next to you.
Kitty!
Be happy you can't see.
Yeah.
The thing turned into a cat. Do I
Don't
hear
worry
like,
about the cat.
do I hear any like jiggling sounds near me?
Yes. Roll perception.
Can Aminet yell out to your right?
Wait, who's right?
So you hear one over here, and you hear one over here. And then you hear Aminet say, to your right! Roll a 1d2 to determine if you know which way that is.
I already know which direction he was going to go anyways because he feels the cat the one direction. Yeah, fair.
Okay. So yeah, it seems to be the way of the cat.
There's a cat to the right. That's the wrong direction. I go this way.
And, okay, because you don't know how far to stop, roll an intelligence check.
This is fine. He's actually not all that bad at intelligence.
Hey!
Good, you managed to stop just short of stepping on the okra jelly.
I swing with disadvantage.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Holy shit.
damn.
Dude.
As you do that, the jelly
You hit
you
something.
hear the jelly wiggle in front of you. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I can't see that. So I don't know there was a problem.
Oh.
I swing again.
Oh, this is a problem.
Mmm.
And the only
I
one I
don't-
know is
Wiggle,
there is
wiggle, wiggle,
Mark.
wiggle.
I don't know much about these oozes. I don't want to know anymore. I want to run away.
Kurt is like, oh right, they split.
of
when
course-
do they split?
A slicing weapon, I believe.
Yeah.
On a good note, that blind only lasted a round anyways.
Yep, you suddenly come to, and instead of seeing a single jelly, you see 3 in front of you.
They have
He said there
half.
was one.
There was.
Now there are 3.
I didn't do it. Let's see.
We're screwed.
I mean,
What would he
you're.
do?
Holly sees
yeah,
this and is like,
that's nice.
"Oh, this is bad." Lancelot, don't swing your sword at those things anymore. It causes them to split apart and it makes them more dangerous.
I have no other options.
She split. She caught. Makes her
Ow.
her spiritual weapon move down there. Oh, what did the cat do?
Claw me.
Aww. And sends it over to that one to hit it. Yeah, the black pudding rolled badly. 8 force damage.
No, it doesn't have a initiative of 0. It has an initiative of 0.05. Slightly better.
Wait, these
That's
things have slashing
super
immunity. They shouldn't have taken any damage other than the other than the split damage. Oh well. And splitting in the first place. Alright, so move that up to there.
Wait,
have
you're
slash
immune
immunity?
to slashing? Yeah.
What?
They just split when they slash. Sorry.
It doesn't hurt. They spelled, oh, cool, now we divide.
Oh boy.
At least now we can one-shot them? Question mark?
What?
I mean, I presume their health gets less
Yes.
the more they split, so
Yes.
it's easier to
Okay.
kill.
So Grey Ooze.
I did good.
Let's see. It comes wiggling over here. If Grey Ooze can move at. Where's its movement? Oh, 10 feet. Cool. So it actually can't move very far. And that's its entire movement. It's getting close to you guys. Kurt.
Bonus action to move the hunter's mark I had
Alright.
to this Zeus right here.
Okay.
And that is not that. I'm so sorry, Warhammer. I'm so sorry. Yep.
Your warhammer begins to sizzle as you make contact with the gray ooze. Splashes and bits and pieces of the ooze just go flying everywhere in fact, it flies everywhere and pretty much explodes. All you see now is water and the slightly corroded warhammer. It is now a -1 to swinging and damage.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Right.
I still have one more attack.
Oh, you do? Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
I gotta help the idiot. Another same swing. But this one, is it beneath its max health or is it?
It's beneath its max health.
Alright, so in that case, Colossus Slayer should imply.
Yes. Alright. -12.
And now it's a -2 weapon.
No, it's not. It doesn't cause zist on it. It was just the this one does not dissolve things.
Oh.
Splits. So it is only
Okay.
a -1 weapon on that.
Alright, so this is remove 1 damage and
Yeah.
the attack, but yeah, it still hits, I guess.
Yeah. And then this one moves over here and attacks Sir Lancelot.
Hello. That just hits.
So that is 9 that and then 3 acid. Even though it's acidic, it doesn't seem to cause corrosions to metal. It just causes damage to more flesh. So that would
I'm
be
glad I'm fighting these
12
ones.
damage. And then this ochre jelly in front of you attacks Kurt. Its pseudopod
Miss.
wings out, and you just manage to dodge out of the way of it. Nearly just a tiny sizzle to the end of your long beard. Just this
Does it take the poison damage from my beard?
No,
Okay.
Damage from my beard.
sure.
Alright, so Grey is right next to me.
Yes, the
Cast Shillelagh on my club and swing at it.
Alright.
Eh.
Yeah, that causes 9 damage. It just splashes and splutters. It doesn't seem to cause any damage whatsoever to your club.
Good. That's all I have. Oh, before I end my turn, I'm gonna call out to my tiger and say to attack this. With a bite!
Attack which one?
This one.
Got it.
Bite it. Eat the jelly.
Yeah, he
It
just...
has been marked. Grishdrop, let's see. Grishdrop will. She managed to get some weapons recently. She's shivering a bit, being this close to Manus. Pulls out her dagger and attempts to stab it. She shears it first until she notices that it begins to wilt a bit.
Sizzle.
You know, you should try a club. They seem to work.
She looks over towards him and nods a bit. Actually, she also gets sneak attack damage. I forgot about that. Let's see. Because you're here.
Oh.
Which is actually why she uses the dagger, not a club. The ooze looks like it's about to fall apart into water. It looks very, what's the right word? Manky, maybe? Saber-tooth tiger, under the orders that it's given, rushes right at the ooze and bites. summons last, by the way, Char?
They last for duration up to an hour,
Okay, cool. Ochre jelly.
or until I use another concentration spell.
Oh, you're on concentration. Okay. Put you a concentration marker.
Yeah.
So Ochre jelly comes forth and just whaps a pseudopod out right at Sir Lancelot.
Miss.
And let's see, Ochre jelly moves at 10 feet. It will double move 5, 10, 15, 20 to box in the saber-toothed tiger. Draco!
Hello, Draco.
Draco.
Draco!
He might have put himself on push to talk, and
Well-
maybe he's asleep or he's
Forgotten he's on push to talk.
yeah, maybe.
Could be.
I mean, if that was the case, he would put himself off push talk by now.
Well, he's on push to talk simply because, you know, 'cause he was...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I get easily distracted.
I think
I
he's down.
Yeah, I think it's just
yeah.
So we're just
I-
going to
I
delay
was
his turn
asleep.
until whatever he... Oh, you're here.
Oh yeah.
It's your turn.
Push to talk.
I know. I'm thinking.
Okay.
That's a great use next to me. I don't want it next to me.
And you've already seen acid damage to Kurt's weapon as soon as he hit one of the gray oozes.
All you have to do is tap it.
I'm sure it's wise.
Come down here and join the
I'm
Ochre Jelly party.
concentrating on Total the Dead, and I switch my target to the gray ooze near me.
Oh, Cold of Dead is a concentration. Okay, I need a concentration marker up on you.
No, it's not a concentration. It's just that I'm doing it for flavor. You know, I'm constantly casting.
Okay, so you're casting it again. Got it. Just keep track of how many spells times you can do that.
Cantrip.
Really?
Yes.
Total Dead is nasty.
It is.
It's a
It's an all or
cantrip that
nothing,
is a
too.
very,
Mhm.
very nasty. The wonder why it's an all or nothing, actually, because if it's a cantrip and you can cast it every turn, that, you know, kind of requires an all or nothing.
I said only tapping it. You failed me.
Walks over and
Immunets.
taps it.
Okay, so she is. Just to verify, we've been laying in. Correct?
Into, yeah, all of these three are all hurt. All three of the ochre jellies down here are hurt. This one is not.
Okay. She is going to move right here,
Okay.
and then she's going to attack this one right. Actually, no. She's going to attack this one right here,
Okay.
and she's going to move her hex from the gibbering mouther to that one,
Okay.
and then she'll
crossbow
attack
are you using?
one of each,
So,
lightning and fire.
okay.
I'm guessing one of them's not going to take any damage, but she's going to learn now.
Mm-hmm. You have your
'Cause she
finger
doesn't
on
know.
your ochre jelly page open, don't you? So the first one.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. The first
I'm
one.
just saying I can tell by your words.
Sorry. The first one whips into
No.
the ochre jelly and just seems to vanish in there. In fact, the lightning kind of courses around it, and it looks like it wants to split, but it doesn't seem to have enough mass left to do that.
Okay, cool. So lightning is not good.
I mean, at least it's, does it still take the full piercing damage?
Yeah, and the fact the piercing damage is not enough to kill it.
Oh.
Okay, so it does hit the piercing damage, so that means it will take hex damage. So let me.
Yep.
Do it.
Do it.
And now
Do it!
you see the hex damage, the necrotic, just spreading over the ochre jelly, just kind of turning it this black gray color, and it kind of falls apart right at your feet.
Oh man, now I need to order my tiger again.
You're ruining my ingredients.
She will then nod at the fire crossbow, and she'll aim it for the one right in front of Kurt.
Okay. And this thing burns up, leaving only a bit of ash on the ground.
And that's her turn. She'll stay right there.
Blood hunters, man. Ethnar!
I'm gonna run down here, and I'm gonna do a sharpshooter with shadow blades.
Okay.
I think it's called.
On the black pudding?
Yeah, the biggest threat. Oh, the shadow blade damage.
Alright.
Plus 15 psychic.
So you see the your arrow just kind of launch into it and just seem to carve a path right through the black ooze. It seems to split it almost down the middle for a moment, and then it kind of pulls itself slowly back together.
That's it.
Alright. Grey ooze. Wub, wub, wub. And moves there. And it can't move any further. Black pudding.
Oh, Grace,
Yeah?
I don't think this one is in initiative.
Ah, you're right. I'm just gonna add that to the
Boy.
bottom of initiative. Oops.
It was a bit slow to wake up.
Yeah. Okay. So this one is going to move rapidly towards them and can't do anything else. Finally, the Great Ooze. And that one moves rapidly there. And gets up close to the impersonal to the saber-tooth tiger. Sir Lancelot, what would you like to do?
I have a plan. I grab the longsword, but I don't unsheath it. I'm just gonna beat it with the sheathed longsword.
Unless,
Would that technically count as bludgeoning then?
yeah, it's also counts as an improvised weapon. Let's see. I think for this, it's going to be the same attack, but I think it's only going to be doing a 1d4 plus your strength.
Okay. So. So let's see if that hits.
Bop it!
Bop it good. Alright.
And I'll unwavering mark it again, and I'm just gonna smack it again.
Yeah, if you want to put sheath on there, add that to your thing. It's 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. Oh, at the edge of his turn. Between turns.
That takes an additional 7 points of damage. Anything else?
Yep.
He's going
Just marked.
Whap! And you're just seeing the Deokur jelly. It's kind of jiggle and wiggle, and seems to be losing mass as you're doing that. Holly's eyes go wide as she sees the black pudding directly in front of her. She's going to use her bonus action quickly to move and attack this guy down here with her spiritual weapon. And that will finish it off. You see the sphere, the spear of light just kind of dive down into the ochre jelly and split it apart and let it collapse to the ground at Sir Lancelot's feet. Meanwhile, as she's staring down the black pudding, kind of shivering a bit, She will take out her spear, which she recently purchased, hold up her shield in the other hand to keep herself defended, and stab at it. That's a piercing weapon. So we're fine there. It causes corrosive, yeah. She sees her blade begin to sizzle a bit, but she does seem to be doing damage to the black pudding. Grey Ooze will go next. Let me just put a real quick -1 on her weapon. And Grey Ooze. The Grey Ooze will reach out and attempt to touch Char.
Oh, not me.
Reach out and touch a char.
Told you not me. Dare you try and touch me.
How dare
Kurt!
Alright, things are heating up back there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm just gonna charge at the reuse bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
Moving it to it. It is hurt, which is good. And I hit it with my Warhammer. I've already made it -1.
It gets an additional -1 now as you strike down into the black pudding. It starts to corrode your Warhammer even further.
It's a -2. Hooray! I'm so happy. This is great news, everyone.
Get another
yeah.
attack?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, your
also,
Hunter's Mark here, too.
Sorry. Alright, ignore the 4. Ignore the 4.
So that's a 3. Alright.
And then my second attack, which is
That hits. No, that hits. Hiss! Your Warhammer is now a -3.
Cool, but it also has another Hunter's Mark on it, so...
It's 13. Alright. And it is now Char's turn.
Well, I see it only fair to strike back at the ooze. I said strike back at the ooze. Anytime now, roll 20.
I just imagined like him like
There
oh god.
Whap!
He was winding up for it, apparently.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Ignore the second one.
Not
The,
again.
the ooze just kind of
Goddamn.
explodes in front of you. This liquid going everywhere. Thankfully, no longer acidic.
That was unexpected.
And that's
Oh.
what we call shillelagh.
Tiger, take out the other. Take out that ooze right there. I tried to sneak up on you. Bite it, remember? And that's my turn.
Grisdrop just kind of looks at her corrosion dagger, looks at the ochre the black pudding in front of her, and thinks for a moment. It's like, no, it's too close to the rest of that. I have to. She then thrusts her dagger forward towards it with sneak attack damage.
Yowza!
Oh, that would have been really nice if it was
That
a
would have
banshee.
been amazing.
And the dagger begins to. 14 holy crap!
I mean,
One little goblin!
I mean, if it.
technically she could move into flanking position that would give her advantage.
If she
she's
had
not thinking
advantage,
about-
that would have been awesome.
Sadly, she wasn't thinking about it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You always think about flanking.
She's not used to combat, so her character-wise, she doesn't think about anything yet.
Not used to combat. Almost.
Why'd we pick her?
Yeah, why did we take her?
Because because you decided that she would be useful against some potentially psychic enemies. Saber-tooth tiger will then attack the ochre jelly. Bite. Chew. Character Jelly will respond in kind. Pseudopod! To the face. As you see bits of fur just
It's
kind
okay, it
of
was just
acid damaging
acid.
off. Draco!
Yes.
It's your turn. And now Draco isn't flanking.
And I go into flanking, and I do inflict wounds times.
You know?
Jesus!
Oh,
One second.
damn.
Damn.
Alright. Yeah, that's enough to do it. The black ooze is kind of, as soon as you try to touch down on it, you also take damage, by the way, from touching it.
Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do description, please?
Okay, sure. You take 2 damage as you touch the black ooze.
Well, as I run around it, say, "Be gone, you nuisance!" And I put my hand on it, and it just poof turns into dust.
And her hands sizzle a bit. You can smell the meat cooking.
I get my water skin and I douse my hand and try to wrap
Which
it up.
makes it worse.
Wait, what? Really?
You take an additional 4 damage as the acid gets worse from water exposure.
Curtis like holding up his hands like, no! Stop it!
I was like, my hand!
I'm gonna step around the black pudding and see if there's
Yeah,
like...
never ever put water on acid damage, ever.
Why not? I mean,
It spreads it.
Science!
It's science, that's why.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I know that not just from my science classes, but from cooking classes. You do not want to mix acid with that. That's why I'm lactose intolerant, but I keep milk around just because I like dealing with some very caustic things in my kitchen that require milk to to clean out.
fair enough.
I'm just gonna head on over and see if there's anything like if I can wrap something around his hand or something, or if his hand is even that badly hurt.
Medicine check. Yeah, his hand kind of looks cooked where he where he struck it, the palm, and when he poured the water on it, it just kind of spread all over his palm, and
You always manage to make a situation worse. And I just try to rip some fabric out and just kind of wrap it around and just try to dry it out. Really,
This will help his hand heal in the long term. With the extra wrapping, he'll be able to still use that hand to do stuff with. Then hopefully he'll learned his lesson. Amunet.
She'll move the hex
Technically,
over.
Kirk couldn't have done that.
Yeah, sorry. I
until
thought we were out
turn,
of.
but
I
still,
thought we were out of. Sorry.
There are 3 more enemies left, but still, Kurt, I'm gonna
They don't
let that.
count.
They don't count.
You don't matter, Ooze! You don't matter at all!
We killed the black pudding. You're nothing.
They don't count. Beautiful.
Amunet.
Yes, sorry. So she's gonna move her hex over to the graves, and then she's gonna do a pop with her crossbows, lightning first.
With expertise, so you can actually hit it when you're that close to it.
Yeah. Let me roll hex.
I mean, don't you have advantage because we're flanking?
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
So roll a second 1d20.
Always thinking about
Alright, so that first one is 6 damage. And then the fire crossbow.
That one's with advantage.
Alright.
And
So as you see it hit the I forgot about the hex on the first one. Additional 4. As you see the fire damage attempt to take hold, you notice that it's not doing quite as much as you would hope.
looks at the fire crossbow, nods her head, makes a mental note.
The black pudding, beside the great ooze, looks like it's very damaged, but it's still there and jiggling about. Athnar!
And she'll stay.
Point blank crossbow shot. No, longbow shot.
That would be a disadvantage. Okay, so
Doesn't matter.
Athnar, it does matter. Because as you attempt to draw back the string on your bow, the string suddenly snaps.
Really? Okay.
Yep, your longbow string just snapped. Your until you get a chance to restring it, your longbow is useless.
Bludgeoning weapon.
Happy with the damage I put out. I get it.
Improvised damaging. Yeah. So the
Is
Grey Ooze, let's see, the Grey Ooze will actually turn and attack Athnar.
Do anything, and it misses.
And I think you're very close to your microphone because it's hard to hear you.
It misses.
Yeah. So the other Grey Ooze will attack the kitty.
In there, kitty. I'm coming.
Oh,
Poor kitty, no!
por qué?
Oh, kitty!
Why you do this, Ooze? Why you do this?
The oozes will not kill my kitty.
You see sis. You see the cat that's like burning heavily, but it's still there. It's still breathing hard as the Grey Ooze just acidically attacks it. Sir Lancelot, what do you do?
I don't want to break more weapons. Not yet.
Yet.
Not yet.
So I'm gonna move over here. And I got a light crossbow.
Okay, which one are you attacking?
No, the Grey Ooze.
Alright.
The one that's
Which one?
attacked the kitty.
Okay.
What is it with all the like
Mm-hmm.
critical hits on the second?
Yeah, it's all the second one.
Yeah. My cat
I
is
guess
now laying down
Char's was the first one was the shillelagh.
Yeah.
Molly moves her spiritual weapon and goes for the ooze.
Fortunately, I can't use a waving mark because it was not a melee attack.
You see the spiritual weapon just like stab right through the ooze down there, causing massive damage to it, although it's still up and functional. She nods and looks around. Anyone need healing?
Kitty!
Holly gives a look to Char.
What?
I can't get to it, she says. Kurt, it's too far away. Kurt.
Still holding my very damaged warhammer.
That's right, you actually went up there to medicine check and
Yeah.
Draco.
Yeah.
And then what do you do?
Well, now from here
Because
I
you used
can't.
a bonus action to medicine check and wrap him, so.
Yeah, and my movement over here. Yeah. In that case, I'll take out the light crossbow and shoot ochre jelly.
Alright.
I can only shoot it once though. Oh, actually, first bonus. No, fuck, bonus action too.
You already bonus
10.
actioned.
Yeah, 10 to this dumbass hand.
It's a man who unfortunately didn't know about water and acid, yeah.
Yeah.
People don't necessarily know that. They think to put water on stuff.
Well,
But a GM who doesn't know that will automatically, not realize to do that either.
It's hurt, isn't it?
Yes, it is hurt. Ooh, Colossal Slayer. 17 damage. Excellent. And it seems to be hurt
You lose
more as
the
it
bolt.
jiggles and wiggles. And the acid just kind of eats away at the bolt.
And that's all I do.
Char.
Alright. So, first off, here. Second off, action dash to here.
Okay.
And I'll use my bonus action to cast Healing Wounds on Kitty.
Okay.
And then I'm going to...
Sorry, that's actually,
Oh. Never mind, I'll just thank it. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Ready to fight.
Let's see. Grishtrap will look around. She'll notice that this guy down here is almost dead. Come over with her dagger. And that finishes off. She comes. The little goblin just comes running over to you, pulls out her partly corroded dagger and just goes swipe, and just slashes as it hisses and sizzles right through the ooze, causing it to disintegrate at her feet. She lets out a sigh of relief. And Kitty, you still have Kitty biting.
Yeah.
Yes, biting. 1 second. Lyra, that's not for you. My kitty
Lyra,
decided
that's
to
not the
bite my
jelly.
to bite my pen.
That's a jelly, not the pen.
Bite. 9 piercing. Chomp. Jelly. Jelly. Let's see here. Jelly gets distracted by the thing behind it and sends out a pseudopod in that direction, right at Char. And misses. Draco.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
I will cast Crusader's Man.
What does that do?
That.
Okay.
As I'll lift up my holy symbol in one hand, and I scream out, Crusader's Mantle! And the radiant light spreads out around me, affecting everybody, and everybody feels rejuvenated and ready for battle.
You deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage when you hit with a weapon. And you next.
Okay. She's gonna take a... Yeah, she's
Save
gonna go
kitty!
for Yeah. She's gonna go for the yellow ogre first. Let's do... She'll move her hex over, and then
Okay.
fire across.
And that's a miss.
Mm,
Thankfully, you've got a hex blade, not a real crossbow. That would have jammed.
Yep.
Fire crossbow again. That's 6 damage to the Ogre plus 2. That's 8. Ooh. What do you see
Also
there?
D4.
And D4 radiant damage. That's right. Roll a 1d4. Alright. So the ochre jelly is looking very rough at this point. It just seems to be very much losing its cohesion. It definitely is beyond the ability to split at this point.
Don't go for the jelly, go for the ooze.
But yeah. Athnar, what do you wish to do?
I'll just healing words, amulet.
Okay.
I swear to God, if Kitty dies...
No
Fine.
sneak attack. My mistake.
no sneak attack.
I don't
Great
accidentally hurt
Ooze
you.
is attacking Kitty. And misses.
Thank God. I didn't want Kitty to die.
Lancelot.
You see, second first, same as the first. I'm going to crossbow that thing. The gray one.
Great Ooze, got it. And that hits. 5 piercing. That's dead. You don't even need to roll the extra damage. Just like so you see your crossbow go right through it and whoosh, it disintegrates.
And I'll move kind of to be in a defensive position here.
Alright. Holly will move her spiritual weapon. She twitches her holy symbol and says, "Divine, be with us." And attacks. And as the divine spear slams into the ochre jelly, it just kind of freezes up and suddenly gets enveloped in the light around it and turns to dust. Alright.
I don't know why everyone was so worried.
I'm gonna grab my rope and try to fix my bow.
Alright, roll a dexterity check.
Aminette would like to go over to the gibbering mouther and dissect some pieces.
Alright.
Uh,
Athar, roll a
Kirk is
1d2.
going.
It's just threading a bow.
That one string doesn't seem to want to attach itself. It looks like you're gonna have to try again. And you've lost a bit of rope or whatever you're using to restring it.
Sure, I'm a gladiator. Does that help?
No.
I'll try again.
So as you're working on spending this time you actually get it right. Kind of like tie it. You're more determined than ever. As Aminette is taking samples, whether herbalism or alchemy kit.
Alchemy.
Use intelligence to apply it. So you basically squat down against the disintegrating pieces of the gibbering mouth. You pick some pieces up, put them in a vial, and put in some preservative to keep it from completely dissolving on you. And you manage to get yourself like 2 vials worth of gibbering mouth are preserved.
As she's done doing that, the pieces of meat from the gibbering mound, I'm gonna try to collect those.
Roll a survival check.
Can I do that with advantage because it's an aberration?
Yes.
Cool.
Nice.
You attempt to gather pieces up of the gibbering mouther as they disintegrate through your fingers. It seems like this is not much in the way of food. It's a collection of teeth and stomach, and now that it's dead, the acid's eating away everything.
So could I get something off the outside of it, I guess.
That's what I figured that's what you were attempting to grab, but with that roll, unfortunately, the DC is too high, and you weren't able to get anything.
I look like I'm tempted to taste test it.
Would you like to taste test it?
I look like I'm tempted to, if no one stops me.
Aminette sees like...
Aminette, roll a perception check. You're in the middle of...
yeah, she would definitely be like, what are you doing?
What?
Oh, hold on. Perception? Okay.
Yep. You're busy. You look up as you finish bottling your sample and see Kurt reaching down and reaching a piece of the dissolving gibbering mouther towards his mouth.
No! Just like says no!
What? You want some?
No! You can't go around putting everything in your mouth. You just can't.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom check. To see whether or not.
Can I give him a kick to the head?
Roll a perception check to see if you even noticed him.
I'm just gonna, as it's dissolving in between my finger and my thumb, I'm just gonna drop it down to the ground.
I feel like
Draco, you didn't even notice. You just kind of heard Aminette yelling, and you look over towards her, but not Kurt.
Damn.
I just don't think it would be palatable. I can't even think of any meal that I've had that has
Everything.
resembled that.
Everything's palatable to Kurt.
I think that if I could empty its stomach before I killed it, that way the flesh wouldn't be hurt by the acid. Yeah, I'll try that for the next time. Just find a way to turn it inside out.
So, is Kirk going to be writing a cookbook called,
Please.
called
Yes.
Yes,
Cooking with Aberrations?
cooking with everything.
With a chapter on aberrations. And how to
Yes,
properly
of course.
prepare them.
Yes.
And what on
Xanathar's,
demons?
cookbook guide.
No, this is Kurt's guide to cooking to cooking everything.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh god, if he survives getting out of the Underdark, this book is actually going to show up in Alaris.
He's writing a pirate porn and an underground, an Underdark cookbook. Fucking Tobias.
Hey, there's a lot of my characters in writing books because my fuck, no, I forgot his name. My adventurer
Sunday.
from the
Sunday.
Because I was just listening to those episodes again. It was fun.
Yes, he's rating
book
his
club,
traveling between in Feywild. The Feywild and you, I think I wanted to call it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
until
god.
one day he got pulled off a privateer ship, and then he got turned to stone.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So
And woke up in an alchemist shop.
it's the pirate porn, and it's the cookbook.
Well done.
Thank
I
you.
would walk over to the kitty, and I would like to give him pet. And I will give him a piece of my ration.
He doesn't need to eat. It's not a real animal.
But
The saber-tooth kind of pause at you for saying that, Char.
It's not. It's technically a fey.
Well, I keep petting him.
The kitty eats the ration anyway.
Yay!
what
There goes
do,
ration.
what do Fae taste like?
This will taste like nothing. Trust me.
The saber-tooth tiger reaches out to claw at Kurt.
Miss. I'm not even moving.
I rub his ears and like, you don't do them. They ain't gonna eat you.
Well, of course we're not. We can't eat it.
You
Is that a
hush.
challenge?
Can you eat?
No, Kurt. No.
Kurt is going to move through the cabin looking for traces of the Jelly King.
Aminette's gonna walk up and I guess just like, I don't know, kick part of the yellow ochre jelly, whatever the hell. And she'll be like staring at her
it's
lightning crossbow.
actually kind of dissolved into pretty much nothing.
Okay.
So it's hard to
Oh,
tell
she'll
which
look down
parts
at
were
the residue.
ochre and which parts were the gray ooze, because they kind of look a lot alike now.
She'll stop right by Lancelot and she's looking at her crossbow. And she'll be like, huh, learn something new every day, don't we?
Actually, I think we should call Lancelot Lance the Nun since he no longer has a lance.
He's gonna turn to you.
I look at Lancelot like, what? You don't?
Could we talk about, like, is there something wrong with Lancelot's token or something? Because what's this?
That's Holly's
Spiritual
spear.
weapon.
Okay, it wasn't. I guess it wasn't very loaded on my screen because it was just like.
It's tiny. It doesn't look right. It's Holly's spiritual weapon.
Okay, it was just a line, diagonal
Yeah,
line.
spear.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah, that's
spear.
what it looks like.
The spear looks very, very liney.
So I think we should take at least a 5-minute break for like water and bathroom and whatnot before the
Yes,
next
please.
I
stage.
agree.
Agreed.
Rolls up and kicks Kurt in the ass.
Oh, you want to start this, do you?
Lance and none.
I'll take you down with my negative 3 Warhammer.
Oh, your Warhammer's -3. I had a fresh Warhammer for you if you would have traded one of your long swords.
I don't have one.
Wait, you don't?
You're constantly mistaking me, Tobias, Kurt, and Fluffy, and who is the bugbear? Sir Lancelot.
Yeah, I do. I'm not good with accents.
No, it's fine. We're also both doing the gruff voice, so.
Yeah. Well, I look at Kurt and I say, if you don't calm down, I'm gonna toss you around like a football. Wait, what's a football?
Is that in character? Because
Yes.
don't fret the dwarf.
Uh. Well, while we got this time, I'm gonna feed my kitty because meowing. Gotta go feed the baby. Right
Yeah.
back.
I'm back. Welcome back.
Inkle. So how are you doing today?
Good.
He's good.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Got some packing done today, so productive.
Why you packing?
We're getting
I'm
new
back.
floors in our house. Welcome back. So we've got to pack up everything to put everything down.
And the poor cats are getting nervous.
Yeah, I was telling Grizz about that. And Lennox is just super cuddly, and like he's always just a little lover boy, but he's like super like timid. I think he's just freaked out, and he's older. He's 14, so yeah, I think he's not hanging very well.
Aww. Poor
Hey,
boy.
mommy, where are you going? Mommy?
But yeah, it will be nice. Get it done before the convention at the end of the month, so it'll be good.
Always had a thing, an idea that if I ever got a girlfriend that likes anime, or just a girlfriend that tolerates what I do, that I was going to take her to an anime con dressed as Jiraiya and Tsunade.
That is because I don't watch enough anime.
Naruto.
Yep, I do never watch Naruto.
Just hearing somebody's background noise over there.
I need to watch more.
Well, a good one I can recommend to you if you like mechs and intensity and revenge for a past loved one. There's this one called Gun X Sword.
When it comes to mechs, the one I love is Escaflowne.
I'm still a fanboy of Gundam. I can't get over it.
Ditto. I mean, precisely Gundam Seed Destiny.
Testing.
Can he?
Testing?
No,
Yeah.
I was hearing echoes on somebody's thing, so I was testing that.
It's probably mine. I don't remember what Gundam it was, but the one I really liked the most was the one where the guy he would train by trying to swing a big ass sword through trees, and something he would say every time he beat the big boss guy every episode was like my love, my anger, and all of my sorrow, and he did like a flurry of swipes with his beam sword. It was real old. I forget which Gundam that was.
Ooh, ice cream. Way to go, Tobias.
Ooh, Kurt, can I have some?
Tobias, are you melting again?
Always.
Yeah, my parents are off to Ireland for the next couple of weeks. So they're sort of in Europe.
Yeah, Ireland is Europe.
They're in the rainy bit that's off the coast, but they're technically in Europe.
What?
Mobile
if I-
Fighter G Gundam. It was the Shining Finger Sword. Is where that came from.
Yeah, Chris, I don't think Ireland is actually that rainy this time of year.
No, they looked at the weather report for the next week, and there's one place they're gonna be, and it's all gonna be rain.
Well then.
So who we're waiting for?
Yeah, I'm wondering that myself. Evil, maybe? Haven't. Oh, he said back.
Quentin, maybe?
I'm hearing you. I haven't been Quentin. Yeah. Quentin. Maybe Quentin melted. Because Kurt, he's closer to where you're at than how close I am to where Kate and Fluffy are.
Wait, what?
Hmm?
What?
Given the distances in Europe and the distances in the United States.
Hmm.
Why, you want me to go to Belgium?
No. I'm
Road
just
trip!
I'm just saying.
And then there's
that-
me.
Yeah, so then you're very far away from all of us. Yeah. But I'm just saying is that temperature-wise, you're more likely to be in a similar temperature group to Quentin, and then either Kate or
Hey.
myself are. Hey, Quentin hasn't melted. Good.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about
He has better weather than me.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Quentin. Don't worry about it. I'll come back.
Welcome back.
I think he's scared now.
Good.
Oh, I'm not the one who should be scared. I'm not the one who should be scared.
Oh God.
No, we were just saying that in the distance-wise of things, you and Tobias are they're closest together.
What do you mean?
We're very close, you and I.
Compared to
Bosom
me and
buddies.
Kate, me and Tobias, everybody, and Rick.
You mean location-wise?
Yeah, location-wise, distance.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
unfortunately.
You're from Germany, right?
Sweden.
Oh, Sweden. Yeah, Sweden is pretty far. Granted, if you look at America, not that far, but
That's what my point was.
for my standards, Sweden is pretty far away.
Also,
Are you
where
in the same? Are you in the same time zone?
I don't think so.
We are, aren't we?
I'm in Brussels.
No, wait. No, sorry. Yeah, you're GMT.
Or I'm +1.
I'm +1.
I know I'm directly below England, so I should be 0. Though I'm not too sure about it.
So you are both in the same time zone.
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's
Yeah,
late. It's even later for you.
Shuttle and I are not in the same time zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I might be in the same time zone as Fluffy. I don't know.
Mm.
think so.
Central?
East Coast.
Nope. Central.
No, me.
Oh,
East Coast.
Mama.
We live closer
Definitely
together for our
computer-based college.
cultures, or
Yeah,
More
culturally, you're
diverse,
yeah. That's because you guys have a nice cultural diversity over in Europe.
Hey,
Yeah,
I real quick.
Anyway.
I'll be right back.
Ah, great. We're just about to restart.
Sorry.
yeah. It gives me some more time. That's how I want to do the execution.
What?
What?
No, nothing. Don't worry about it.
What the fuck is that? You can't just think of that. Not explain yourself.
I'm just joshing with you.
Just wait till tomorrow. You'll find out what he's got planned.
Oh, I know there's
You-
shady shit going on tomorrow.
I'm not, Chris. I'm doing nothing tomorrow. No one knows anything tomorrow.
What?
Oh,
Beast
you're
is
doing
fine.
something tomorrow.
Oh, Beast. Yeah,
We
but
are-
Beast is not gonna do anything.
Oh, so you're admitting that James is gonna do something? Okay.
No, James is
Aha! The truth comes out.
just. I mean, James is doing
You
something.
can't worm your way out of this one.
Yeah, James is doing something.
None
That's
of
true.
you have figured out where the hell James has gone in the last little bit.
No,
Oh.
and Phaedra is getting concerned, and the last thing you want is Phaedra concerned.
Like that's gonna matter. If Phaedra's not gonna
go
find
look
him.
She's gonna go looking for you, though.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
No, it's
good-
not gonna go well.
Yeah. I don't think you're gonna find him.
But she might
Camel's
find
found him
evidence,
before.
but who knows?
Yeah.
People would have to-
Sure.
Convince her to leave without James. Like a lot.
I mean, you could just talk to Beast. He
Yeah.
probably knows what's going on.
Except that Beast didn't have time to get told, because Beast has been with the rest of the party this entire time.
Chris, I'm pretty sure I mentioned during last session.
Oh, you left a note for him. Okay.
No, they met up. Because I sent Beast out, and Beast met this very pretty young woman. Who do you think that was? I wrote it down in chat.
Oh, that's why. 'Cause I didn't necessarily notice that. Sorry, I was in the middle of like 3 other things, and sometimes
Yeah,
stuff
I
in
didn't
chat
wanna-
vanishes. That's why it's better to send me it in Discord.
Yeah,
Because I won't. I tend not always. I don't always see
I mean,
everything that's in.
it
in
it
chat.
doesn't matter either way, because there is a way for the both of them to be in contact, so it's all fine.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
So,
I remember
Beast is
that
on the
bit
up
now.
and up.
So yeah, Beast knows what's going on. Never mind. I forgot about that for a moment.
Shady shit is going
Shady
on.
biz.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't worry. Shady Biz is going on a trip.
It's been a week, and I've been touching base with a bunch of people, including Tobias over there, which I still have to send him something about.
Ooh, how
Mhm.
fun.
No, you
Oh,
remember
no.
what that conversation was about. It's a surprise for everybody else, but you remember what I was talking about to you.
Yes, everyone is going to die.
Oh, don't worry about it. There are worse things.
I'm
Yes, it
concerned.
is possible, which is why I haven't sent it to you yet. So I there's also other possibilities of what might
I'm
happen. So
concerned
I
for
don't.
tomorrow. Like
Look.
everybody involved, I am concerned.
I can promise you there's probably nothing gonna happen on my front tomorrow.
Hey,
As-
I haven't
unless
done
Chris
anything
pulls
shady
something.
for tomorrow, so
Well,
I'm
there's a
fine.
lot of
I've
things
done
to
nothing.
pull.
Yeah, unless
Notice
Chris
how you
do
say for
something crazy.
tomorrow.
For tomorrow, yeah.
I'm not doing shady
I mean-
shit. Caught that.
Also,
Look,
technically, I haven't done anything shady. Chris is doing something shady for me.
I mean, if
Make a tree. That's kind of shady.
Chris
Light
comes
shade.
back, if Chris comes back on me on the last point, I can tell you for exactly how many days there's not gonna be shady shit from me.
Oh
Just
yeah, I
go
forgot to send you that
countdown.
information. I'm sorry about that. I was rather busy last night.
No problem. I guess
And
it's probably something like a
And then
week.
first thing, probably more than that. Then first thing this morning, I was off like cleaning and vacuuming, even all sorts of fun things that I haven't done in a while.
Should we just put up
Ah.
like a sign in our tavern with like it's been this many days since shady shit, and we can just put a number.
This many
I
days
mean-
since Shady Biz discovered.
You say that.
Do
You say
you
that. but-
include Fawn vanishing with that money?
I would include everything.
So so the count would currently be 1 day.
Sure. Hey, it's technically not shady if I don't have control over it. Thank you.
Let's
But
just
to the
say.
people in the tavern, it's shady because they don't know that you just vanished out of nowhere.
It's a magical sign as well, so it knows when shady shit goes down.
Look, it doesn't need to be magical. It just needs to say 0. That's all it needs.
Just these two
It really
forever.
does. Like what Evil said. Yeah. Like even -1. I agree. Like it's constant.
Negative one.
It's a constant.
Because shady shit went down, but it won't go down for a while anymore. So we're fine.
You say this.
You
Say
say
this.
this, but you have to know that there are other people who are shady.
Yeah, I mean from my end. I only speak for my end. I don't know what y'all are up to.
I will say one
I mean,
thing. It was a bad idea to leave Gamma alone.
Oh,
who-
of course it was.
Yeah, like
Game Mill's been having some fun.
who can we leave
Alright.
alone? Is the question.
Well,
I'm not-
it used to be Rhiannon,
Phaedra?
but now Rhiannon is a drunk, and
Yeah.
Phaedra or Shiori. Those are
Phaedra,
two.
yeah. Shiori is a bit questionable. She did stab that one dude through the door.
Yeah. But that
Yeah. No, it was not her fault.
Yeah.
I was.
Paul.
She was not the one who broke her disguise.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you that.
And he was
Sure.
in harm. It's fine.
Yeah.
Are
If
we
my
all
shitty
ready?
shit goes down, you'll know. Let's just say that. You'll know.
Can we kill a pudding now?
just
Yeah,
waiting for
where's
Laurel
the
to get
pudding
back.
prince?
I'm really not happy with that. The Pudding King is not, in fact, a big pudding with a crown on it.
You ever played Blue Dragon?
Nope.
I think Loyal's back. I think.
Okay, cool. While you guys are tending to each other, you notice, looking around, that there's actually quite a bit more, oozes, jellies, and puddings, and even a few cubes up along the wall as you're looking closely with the reflections of the lights that just haven't done anything. They're just there. It seems like only a handful came out and attacked you when the gray ooze got attacked. It seems like, the rest of them are just kind of holding back and not doing anything. But it seems obvious that, and Holly in fact speaks on this as she looks around, says, I think those things might attack us if we attack any more of them.
I'll alert. Hey, Pudding Prince. We would like to have a conversation with you.
Roll persuasion.
Lynette face palms very
Please,
hardly.
please get a natural
In the back.
20. Please get a natural 20.
Look.
And 17 is not that bad.
You hear no answer whatsoever. Just more dripping water.
Poke.
Now, roll perception check.
Oh no. 18, not that bad
Yeah,
either.
as you gaze around and kind of wander through,
No, it's alright.
you notice
I thought it was everyone.
you once again notice the winding tunnel leading south. Actually, it's leading east. Sorry, I keep forgetting this map is tilted. To the northeast, and this seems like the right way. There's a bit of just a bit of light coming from that direction.
Let's head that direction, guys.
It's kind of this greenish color.
Let's head that way.
I go to the group and I'm like, hey guys, did you notice that all those oozes were rather passive?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should just leave the dude alone. If he keeps the oozes passive, I don't see a reason.
Well,
Yeah, and he
being,
doesn't tell them to go wild.
Knowing stuff about oozes wouldn't, oozes of all these different types don't usually gather in one spot,
Yes.
do they?
And you would also
Yeah.
know that it's clear that something is controlling this.
Yeah. See, he brought a lot of oozes to one spot. That's not exactly a good thing.
Yeah, but all those oozes do go rampant if no one is controlling
I mean,
them.
two gelatinous cube went up to the town
Yeah,
before we had our rest. I mean, Sir Lancelot
I mean-
took care of it. Imagine
Yeah,
if
but-
all of these were to go up. That would be an annihilation.
true, but
If we kill the thing that's controlling them, then they would scatter.
yeah, sure, yeah.
If he's controlling them, then he probably sent them up, which means that he's orchestrating organized attacks.
Yeah, but why send two cubes to go to
To
scout?
probe the defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cubes aren't really the scouting type of slime I would use if I were
Oh.
this evil mastermind.
Which one would use? The
I mean,
the
probably.
Greyhouse?
Yeah, the Greyhouse. It's smaller. It blends in with
the
cities
relentless
better.
cube did get into, what was it, a shop? Was it?
Elephant Town Square.
Really, are there no guards in that town?
And they got eaten.
Eminent will turn to Athnar. He's not a criminal mastermind. He's just a puppet for a demon lord of the abyss here on the immaterial plane. He controls the oozes and tells them what to do. I don't think he's a mastermind. I think these are here just for protective purposes.
Yeah, I'm just saying they seem rather chill now in compared to whenever we met other slimes. So I don't know.
You want to just leave it alone.
And let's talk to the guy. Maybe he's reasonable. I don't know.
Right.
I mean,
you don't
second
think he's
thing-
going to be mad.
Oh, I'll talk
Look.
to him.
What if we kill this guy? Right? Say hypothetically we kill this guy, right? How many slimes were in that room? 20? Maybe more? They're all gonna go rampant. We're not gonna get out of here easy. I'm just
Everybody,
The person you just said, how many slimes were in there?
4.
So,
1
yeah,
billion.
So yeah,
Yeah, don't worry.
So yeah,
There's
you
only two.
lot. So yeah, you still think there's about 20 in there, but that's all you managed to notice. The ones that were actually moving around instead of the ones that were standing still and blending.
So
Would I-
he starts looking around and counting on his fingers.
More than 5.
Eminent looks up and just smiles and nods.
How far away are we from the city? Anyway?
Let's see. Kurt would probably know that you're like 2 or 3 cave rooms away, but that's still like not. That's still far enough away that the guards would not be able to get here to help you in time for anything.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a real distance. It's like 2-3 blocks
Sorry
away.
to interrupt, but I gotta go. My charger isn't charging my laptop, and I gotta try to fix it.
Okay.
It's not working on either plug, so it's gotta be something on my laptop. So
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright.
All right.
Till next time.
next time.
So as
Alright.
you guys make your way towards the greenish light, you finally emerge into a decent sized chamber, and you see phosphorescent lichen illuminating this cave, the floor of which is covered with pools of green slime. More green slime clings to the ceiling and forms hideous drapes along the walls. In the middle of the cave, facing east, is a slime-covered throne, and sitting on the throne is a very odd-looking deep gnome. Hold on, I've got a handout for you.
Oh, I think we found him.
I might see it on the handout, otherwise I got a question.
Hmm.
You see this guy?
Okay, I have a question. Does
Alright.
he... Has he been... can I see, like, that he has green slime on him?
Let's see now. You see green slime on his throne, hanging above him and on other places along the ceiling. Yes, he does seem to have green slime, sitting on, one of his shoulders, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything to him.
Right.
Also, nearby, you notice a ugh. 1 second, sorry. Brain is, processing this. You see a black pudding that, is, just kind of undulating back and forth, and a gray ooze, which, you only notice because of the bits of ripples along its surface, but it's sitting quite nearby to this throne. And you have this distinct impression that both are watching you as you enter.
I like his cloak. That's a nice cloak.
The deep gnome kind of looks at you and says, more more petitioners to my court.
Hello, I'll make a deep bow. And I'll go, hello, good sir. Nice to make your acquaintance.
So, what sort of business have you brought to my court this day? Let's pull the people back. You said you were coming a little forward.
Aminette is in the back.
How long did it take us to get here?
It took you...
After.
Oh, it took you like 5 minutes after...
Alright, cool. So I still have Kitty. Awesome.
Yes. So Kurt has gone over to one of the pools, huh? So let's say Kurt's about here. Just looking at the pools. Roll a nature check, Kurt.
I'm sure this is fine.
Advantage because it's Zeus or no?
Well, it's
If
what
it's
is it?
just
I
slime,
guess
then
it's a slime, so
it
just
has
normal.
nothing to do with oozes.
It's not an aberration if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, okay. Or if it has nothing to do with oozes or aberrations, then I
It does
don't
not
have
specify
advantage.
this. This appears to be natural in many ways.
In that case, normal nature check. Got it.
Mhm.
Great.
Oh,
It, as far as you're concerned, it looks edible.
Oh no.
lick it!
Cooking utensil out. I take out the bowl.
Hey,
I
Unit,
scoop-
roll perception.
I scoop some up in a bowl.
Oh, I kind of want this to fail. Hold on.
I'm just looking
I
at
want-
him like.
No.
After you're
look-
busy with the Pudding King. Unit,
I wanna see
while
if I
you're
noticed it.
while you're not looking at the Pudding King, you kind of notice out of the corner of your eye that Kurt is bent over with his utensils in his bowl over a pool of green stuff.
I wanna
Aminette-
see if I noticed this. Hang on.
Aminette like turns her
Yeah.
head.
Char,
and is
you
just,
noticed that as well.
under her breath, but like loud enough for him to hear. Why? Why?
I take out a metallic spoon
So,
and I dip it in the green slime and just stir it around for a bit, see if anything happens.
she just shakes her head, and under her breath,
As you start doing
gotta
that,
learn by
the spoon starts
trial and
sizzling
error.
and it starts dissolving.
And I take out what's left of my spoon and just make eye contact with
She's just
Aminette.
She's just shaking her head. She's not saying anything. She's just looking at you and just shaking her head, and just kind of like, I can't stop you.
It's gonna like put a smaller bowl over the green slime in the other bowl to like contain it, and then just gonna put
What
it.
kind of bowl are you using anyway? What's the bowl made out of?
I'm guessing probably ceramic. That's something that could be
Alright.
brought down here.
Yeah, and that's something that wouldn't be dissolving. Good.
So I'm just gonna put it like it isn't contained well, but it's contained, and I'm gonna put it in my backpack.
Okay.
Oh
You have a small quantity of green slime contained in a bowl.
Bowl
Head
of
is
green
still
slime.
shaking. Head is still shaking.
The Pudding King kind of glances at this, but he's still looking at Athnar as he's talking to him. So, what can I do for you, petitioner?
Great on roll, King. We were sent by the small nearby town to inquire to what's.
Oh, you mean my town?
Yeah,
The one
fine.
that's being
Yes.
unlawfully ruled by those two idiots.
Yes, great Sir Pudding. We were wondering what's your plan is, so we could help you out.
Roll a persuasion check.
Can it be deception?
Deception, sorry. Roll a deception check.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's the same, but 20.
Wow.
Look, those charisma expertise skills work out.
Yeah, they do.
The Pudding King nods rapidly. Oh, excellent. You will be converts to the cause. Excellent. Oh, we are most pleased. And he looks around at the pudding and the ooze next to him. Isn't that right, Princess Ebonmeyer and Prince Livid? Yes, this will be our new noble knight, Princess Ebonmeyer. Go and knight him. And you see the black ooze start to move towards Athnar.
That is not necessary.
On her crossbow.
Good sir, this is not necessary. I will follow you even if I'm not knighted.
Nonsense!
Though I must say
You
your
need to be-
children are very pretty and beautiful. Though I'm how
Nonsense! You must be knighted in order for the rest of the troops to know that you are one of us. And
Yes,
the pseudopod of the black ooze reaches forward towards your cheek.
sure. Am I gonna get a knightly boon to prove that I am worthy and capable to follow you as a noble knight of the Great Pudding King?
So it's like, this mark will be your boon, and you feel a hiss and a sizzle and pop along your cheek for 1 damage, as a small symbol is kind of burned into your cheek.
I'm gonna add Knight of the Pudding King to my sheet.
Yes,
Oh.
that will go well. We have 2 sirs in our crew now.
So
Sir
you are the first of the drow to ever be awarded a knighthood. You should feel proud for your people, and when you are slain in battle, you shall be dissolved into a new pudding.
Yes, sir. I would be honored. I'm gonna step away, like rubbing my cheek, like, ow, that hurts. I'm like gonna look at the other people and like, why didn't you do anything?
Lancelot looks confused.
Wait. So, great honorable Pudding King, do you have anything to assist me in my knightly quest, seeing I have opposable thumbs, like most of your soldiers doesn't have?
Well, the most useful thing you can do, Sir Knight, is to make sure to take down the barricades. All those barricades are stopping my children from getting through, stopping the soldiers from getting through. Once the barricades are down, we can overwhelm the false kings and queens of that wretched place and take it back for ourselves.
Yeah, sir, it will be done. I'm gonna walk back, like behind everyone.
Walk of shame.
Let's see. Char, Sir Lancelot, and Athnar, please roll perception check.
Okay. He's not good at perception.
With advantage, she is. What the hell?
Athnar?
You know?
What? Perception?
Yeah,
Okay.
roll perception check. So, Char and Athnar, but not Sir Lancelot, you both notice that Emunette is looking very tense and is grabbing her crossbow. It looks like she's getting ready to shoot something.
I don't disagree on this one. I just wanted my knighthood.
And as you're also looking around, you notice that in the various corners there are probably other gray oozes and other black puddings in this room beyond just the green slime that's hanging from the ceiling. Especially the bits of green slime that's hanging over your heads.
Wait, there's green slime above our heads?
Yep.
You know what? I'm friends with all slimes. It won't target me, right?
Holly tries to reach over towards Amina and whispers in her ear, "Hey, hey, I don't think that's time. It's time for that. I don't think we have good numbers here. It doesn't look this with all the ones in here and all the ones out there in the caves. I don't think we'd survive this."
Yeah, that's gonna take persuasion.
All right.
Please fail.
Oh!
Oh,
I'm disappointed.
me too.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Just playing the character.
look. I'm already
Holly-
measuring the.
Holly just kind of wraps both of her arms around Amunet and like, pulls her close. Says, "Shh, it's okay. If you're feeling stressed, let me help."
She doesn't say anything, but she just lets her pull her back. And she's just keeping her eye on the 3 figures in front.
Is there this room? Is there other exits and entrances that I can take notice of?
Yes. You notice that there seems to be some kind of cave towards the east. It's kind of leading off into darkness. Not entirely sure what that is. And there appears to be another one, in the southeast that looks like it hooks up with a larger cave system, just from the way that the air is kind of flowing through here.
Okay, so the one to the east looks like perhaps just a small room then.
Possibly. So, what are the rest of you here for?
I'm gonna take out my bowl of green slime and I was like, oh, I was here for this.
Ah.
They are.
He just kind of sits on his throne and has his feet up on a footstool that seems to be made out of some kind of squat petrified mushroom.
Can you tell me more about it?
Well, it's he kind of points up towards the ceiling where a bunch more is hanging, some of which is over Kurt's head. It's like, well, it's green slime. It dissolves lots of stuff, and it
Really?
grows. It grows off of dead and decaying matter.
Oh. How interesting.
It's quite acidic.
I hold up my half spoon. Yes.
Exactly. So
Uh,
it's
keeping an eye out where the green slime is. Could I move to someplace where something is not directly above me?
roll a perception check. Yes, you do see some places of safety. They're far, they're pretty far between, but you do see a couple places you can stand and not be directly threatened by green slime.
Alright, just put me where one of those spaces is.
Yes, it's kind of like at random here.
Yeah.
Let's put you there.
We. I'm gonna turn around and pretend to eat the slime.
And what are the rest of you doing? Sir Lancelot? Char?
He's Sylvaster's just kind of glancing back at everyone else, like, "What are we doing?"
I don't know what we're doing.
Holly kind of, pats Amunet's hand and moves around her towards Char and says, softly, it says, "There's just too many of them. We have to go and alert the king and queen at once about what's going on here. If we don't..."
Follow me.
She kind of gives a doubtful look towards the drow.
Follow me, my loyal squires. We must set out on our quest at once.
Don't
The
make me hit.
hell?
I will hit you.
I give like a subtle wink.
Good, be good on your journey, Sir Knight. That the king commands.
I will, my
Soon-
liege.
Soon we shall be dissolving all of those pitiful wretches out there.
Sure we will, my lord.
He does realize that he's not an ooze, right?
I don't think he does.
Kurt, are you following the others, or are you still trying to pretending to eat that green slime?
Oh. I'm so tempted to turn around and just shoot him.
No, I'm dealing with it over here!
And he's
Please
all by
do.
himself.
I was down to cast Fairy Fire on the dude, but y'all were like, nah, let's not. Okay, I'm
Keep in
going.
mind, Sir Lancelot can rush, but he's not going to do it if no one else does anything.
Yeah, there's
I mean,
there's a lot of fucking shit in here.
Tell you
Yeah.
what I'll do, since I still have my concentration on it. I'll put a hunter's mark on him. He won't notice it, and I can leave, and I will always know where he is.
Alright.
And then I'm just gonna head off, following my group. With a bowl of green slime. So we're not killing him? I whisper out of earshot.
You're back into that, the former stockade.
Apparently we're not.
Holly talked me out of it.
Damn it, Holly.
Holly reaches over and places a hand gently on Kurt's shoulder. It's like, we can't take him and all of these. We might be able to kill him, but the users would definitely get us in the end. We need to think smarter about this, Sir Dwarf.
Do I know if oozes would really bunch up like this? Like they wouldn't gather naturally like this, but different kind of oozes, would they actually play nice?
You do know that this is completely unnatural, that there's some kind of organizing intelligence here. And even if, like, let's say for the sake of argument, you reason it out as you're all walking, that let's say the Pudding King was the full mastermind behind all this. That if the Pudding King were to fall and these things just reverted back to savagery, there's no telling what would happen. They would probably just find whatever small crack they can and leak through. And while they wouldn't be organized anymore, they would still probably do lots of damage to the people of Lindenstone, possibly killing a lot of people in the process. An organized attack, however, is dangerous because it could potentially wipe out all of them, along with their infrastructure. But a disorganized one could still cause massive casualties.
Should we, I don't know, destroy them a little bit over time?
Bring an army.
We did clear out.
I've seen the gnome army guards fight. They're not gonna be much help.
How about we follow his plan and open one of the barricades and set a trap?
A funnel point.
Well, yeah, that could work.
What type of trap is gonna catch them though? The oozes.
Pit.
Yeah,
Uh,
pit trap. We could just get all the oil in the town and make a big ass bonfire. I mean,
Crossbows.
if we prepare this right, we could take out half the army at least. I mean, I don't know how many there are, but
Yeah,
at least
put
4.
all of their guards on ranged duty instead of close quarters. I think they could probably be more help.
I don't know much about oozes really. I deal more with fungus, so.
I do.
Well, that's good.
I'm like an open cookbook.
Gert, do you still have those shrink shrooms?
Opens bag.
What if we put some of those in the way they would follow and shrink some of them which would make them less dangerous as well.
I have 7 pygmy warts.
Yeah, that might make an impact.
I mean, it worked on clavicle.
Mm-hmm. And if we take what we learned from the fight, we have an easier time.
Hey Kurt, I grabbed a sample of ripple bark. Do you know what it does?
Well, DM, does Kurt know what it does?
Ripplebark? Let me find my page for that.
She hasn't run a test on it,
No,
but she does have a sample.
Because Kurt might have eaten it.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you did. I think we found it like on a rotting corpse.
Food.
Maybe.
Oh, Kurt.
Kurt,
Fed
will
it
eat
to the
anything.
dragon? I don't know.
Wait,
The
what was it
baby
called?
dragon?
Ripple
Ripplebark.
bark?
I do not have it. Either I ate it all or.
Ripplebark is
I am.
Guys, okay. Ripplebark is a shelf-like fungus that resembles a mass of rotting flesh. It resembles rotting flesh. It is surprisingly edible. Though it can be eaten raw, it tastes better roasted. A single sheet of ripplebark yields 1d4 plus 6 pounds of food.
I relay that information.
So it wasn't actually, probably wasn't found on a corpse. It was probably listed as, resembles corpse or something like that.
Gotcha.
That'd be my estimation because it says it resembles rotting flesh.
And she just kind of has the sample, and then she's like, oh, well, I mean, this is for food, but that won't really help us with this. But thanks for the info, and she'll put it back in the bag of clothing. I just didn't know what it did.
It would have been fun to just throw one of those big warts at the, black pudding over was next to the Pudding King.
Mm-hmm.
Would have eaten them, right?
Maybe if it expanded in his space.
Didn't that also make them slower?
No, probably faster. Cover more ground, really. It doesn't really. It isn't really about speed. It's about distance.
So
yeah, distance, speed becomes velocity and such. What am I saying?
I think we should go speak with the king first, though.
Well, we already did.
Indeed.
Good.
I'm gonna just stops for a second and just kind of is staring at the doorway as everybody kind of like walks off, like looking back at the Pudding King and everything. And she just hangs back for a little.
Oh no.
Kurt walks back with a shield and warhammer raised and goes, "All right, let's kill him."
Yeah, I was just discussing this outside of the cave.
Okay.
I figured you
Oh,
guys
sure.
were walking, way far away from that cave at that point, the way I was thinking
Well, she
about
does that before they leave. Like, she just hesitates for a moment.
it. Okay.
And she'll do that. And she'll turn and walk. She's not... she's just having a real hard time walking away right now.
Yeah, I get it.
Don't worry, we'll get him.
Now here's a question for you guys.
Hmm.
Do you want to meet again next week at our normal day and time, or do you want to just go from every other week from here on out? So that it's either be the 10th or the 17th, I believe.
I would like to suggest keeping with our regular schedule because I have things that I have scheduled out already.
10th,
Yeah.
got it.
If possible.
All right,
I
so
would prefer
yeah,
them.
so we'll just stop here because we're meeting again next week, and we met it last week. So
Okay.
They'll give you a week to prepare what you're exactly planning to do. What talk to that, go back and attempt potential suicide mission, or anything else you would like to do.
I mean, before anyone says anything, I'm up for a suicide mission.
Oh, ditto.
That was just the GM talking. Nobody in character would say that.
Yes,
doesn't-
Kurt would say that.
Ollie
That
doesn't.
fucking persuasion, that natural 20, that is real fucking funny because Aminet was gonna fucking shoot. I kept
Because
talking
the-
to Grizz.
Yeah.
Because
I was
that's
hoping
the-
Eminat would shoot. I was
She rolled
seriously
an
waiting for
8.
it.
She rolled an 8 on a wisdom save, and then Holly said that. I was like, you're gonna have to roll persuasion, and then
I was so hoping that Eminat would just go and fire off.
I wanted
I was
to.
so waiting for that.
Like, it
I
could
was
have been like,
down.
oh, here comes 50 gelatinous cube. I would have been like, cool, we'll do it.
Yeah. She just knows that this is one of her quarries, but it's not her main one, and she doesn't want to die before she does what she needs to and what she promised.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason. Yeah, but god damn it, I want to shoot at that fucker in the head.
Also,
You and us all.
I'm not done with the suicide mission because I just became drinking.
I see
Like,
That we're going to eventually kill.
Yeah,
That's-
nobody knows whose side Athnar's really on. Athnar's a wild card. And on
Then
that,
we
There's that
see-
Athens size.
good night, everybody. Good night.